Ta-da!
Come on, everyone.
Evening, chaps.
Hello.
Evening, Courtney.
All right, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Bollocks.
Are you? Are you?
Me? Oh, I'm pumped. I woke up to a comment engagement before I was even fully awake. I'm so happy. It was a disagreement, but that's the lesson, isn't it? Disagreement equals engagement equals clicks.
This is the audience who's pumped as well. Here we go.
Sklavko's in. I saw
your number one fan.
He's brilliant.
Our only fan.
Well, you had another fan last week, but then you made him into a guest, didn't you? If you get everyone on, there'll be no one left in the audience.
Evening problem.
Did you not have 20 people watching in the last one I was involved with? So that was quite good.
Yeah, we had 200,000 constant viewers. Yeah, it was the best performing stream we've done. Yeah, 200,000.
But they stayed for the whole 2 hours. That's the key.
They did.
100% engagement.
They stayed for the duration, so that was good. All right, problem.
Yeah, I call bullshit, but yeah.
Oh, controversy on 157.
Oh, wow.
Cheers, mate.
That's all right.
This is the premier channel for bullshit. You know that.
Oh, that's true.
Spoiled his dream. Spoiled his dream.
I'm sorry.
Nice
Reality is a bitch.
Here we go.
Used to be a friend of mine.
Sklavko's very generous tonight. That's 2 already. Look, here you go.
Another super
$500. So we're $1,000 up already.
Wow.
We'll take it. That's
which
easy,
is good.
200,
Is that Egyptian dollars? That's Egyptian.
Oh yeah, I think that's dollars.
Rupees, mate. It's rupees.
Insert
Mega Geek, how are you?
Holiday.
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. Actually, I threw my back off back in yesterday, so I'm a bit. Yeah, it's not good. So I'm just trying to
immediately.
Yeah. Cheers, pal. I was lifting a case. Would you believe it? I've done it before.
Case of your money.
Yeah, with all my money.
His wallet.
Pause.
Lift with your legs, not your back.
It's funny because you could be doing something really small. Like the last time I did it, which was 2 years ago, I was unscrewing a tripod leg, and and that's so easy.
You're
but
getting old.
Boom! It went. Yeah, no, it's strange, isn't it? It's really strange how
I did this when I was a teenager. Both times with my sister, once she got stuck in the climbing frame and I told her to jump and I'd catch her, big mistake. Second time she fell over in the street, I picked her up and carried her and did it then again as well. Yeah, my back hasn't been the same since.
You realise that 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 spine of yours, is responsible for most of your body. So once the spine's hurt, you realise how lucky you are to walk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I got that scoliosis thing where it's sort of like a spiral bloody staircase.
Is that a character from He-Man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just nod.
I am, believe it or not, I'm actually qualified in sports massage.
Yeah. I think you need to give one to Cockney Spock, mate.
Well, I don't need one.
Cockney needs one. I think we all need one.
No, I don't need one. I want one. There's a big difference.
How's Noel doing? Problem?
He's streaming at the moment. He's on his Irish Geek channel.
What happened to the other channel?
He got a copyright strike for reading an article.
No. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Everyone does that.
Yeah, right. Basically what happened was he did a video reporting on
Evening Demon.
on an article by The Escapist magazine. That's The Escapist magazine, and he did it with a video with just music and screenshots of the article. It didn't obscure who the article was written by or the publication it was from. He didn't include a link, and they took exception to this. They went on Twitter. The guy who wrote the article went on Twitter complaining that because Noel had copied in a bunch of Twitter handles, that he was inciting a hate mob. No evidence, just proclaiming he was inciting a hate mob. And then there was argument ensued with the editor-in-chief, who said it was plagiarism. And I said, well, no, it's dissemination. And yeah, look, if you're plagiarizing it, you would be claiming the article as your own and claiming that you'd written it. That's plagiarism, right?
Right, good legal point.
And this went back and forth. So Noel struck the video himself and decided to do a live stream on it. So he did the live stream on it, as they said would be okay if he did that. So he did that, put a link to the article in the show notes, and we discussed it on his stream. In the meantime, we had all these trolls come on. He had like a ratioed downvotes by a bunch of trolls that came on, people who followed that magazine, the Escapist magazine.
What's the Escapist publish?
It's a culture magazine, pop culture magazine, but it's also one that was heavily involved in the Gamergate situation, apparently. So that, denying these people. So they've already got a controversial history. But these trolls came on. They were saying homophobic things to me. They were discussing things about everything else. And basically, that Escapist magazine, who accused Noel of incited a hate mob to come onto the stream. And then once the stream had been once the stream had been completed, the editor-in-chief of the Escapist magazine decided to copyright strike Noel for reading the article and showing the article, which they said is copyrighted. Yes, it is copyrighted, but it's what kind of journalist activates a copyright strike on dissemination of their article?
One with a small penis.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. And of course, Noel has gone against this and has tried to have that strike removed, so it's taken time.
But yeah, legal precedent. I mean, for example, our friend Ethan Van Skype, well, not our friend, but a channel that I observe, Ethan Van Skype does it all the time. He's reading it, but he puts a spin on it, reads it in a funny voice, and makes fun of it.
Well, Cowfish TV read the article and showed the article on their channel. They didn't get a copyright strike. This was pure personal spite. Yeah, it was spite because Noel defended himself against a claim by the journalist, inverted commas journalist, who said that he was going to incite a hate mob for no reason, absolutely no reason, no justification for that statement at all. Because Noel, whenever he does a video, he tags in anyone that follows him that he's closely tied with, people like Bolstrick and so on and so forth. And that's all he did. It wasn't inciting anybody. But I mean, it just blows my mind that these people who claim to be journalists, who create clickbait articles, and that's all it was, a clickbait crappy woke article about Doctor Who needing to be more woke. They want to stifle dissemination and critique because they didn't like what he had to say, because they didn't like him or his channel. They decided to single him out and spitefully put a copyright strike against his channel, which put him out of business.
Is Doctor Who a battlefield of hate?
It is. It really is. It's the worst fandom there is at the moment. I mean, if you think Star Wars is bad, if you think Marvel is bad, forget it. Just look at the state of the Doctor Who fandom, and you'll see how absolutely, to borrow their word, toxic it has become, and it's become squatted by 20-nothings who have decided that reality is subjective, and as long as it's their subjective reality, then it's a complete fucking mess. It's interesting as well because Mr. TARDIS Reviews, who has been an antagonist to Noel for a long time, he actively got one of Noel's previous stories, one of his rumors, quashed in an online magazine, who went with one of Noel's stories, Mr. TARDIS reviews
10
decided
minutes
to interfere and say that he shouldn't be trusted because this, that, and the other. He's a phobe, he's an ist, and all the rest of it. So they got his accreditation from the story that he put out there, removed from the magazine, but the magazine kept the article without accrediting Noel. And then Mr. TARDIS spoke up about how important copyright was for this escapist magazine in a completely hypocritical move where, he decried Noel for not including accreditation, which he did, just not, in the link form. So I thought that was interesting, how these people can operate on completely two different realms of realities. So yeah, that's it. Journalism is dead.
We're going to have to resuscitate it. I'd like to draw attention to Swap Shop and his two last comments, because his second comment's quite right. There's a definite precedent.
That was a 9-minute speech, by the way. Well done, Lee.
Yeah, nice speech. But yeah, Swap Shop's quite correct. This is I want to go back to his first comment out of these three, because it's a very scary or potentially scary turn of events here, because I was born in a communist country, a police state, and I'm telling you, this is how it starts. Yes, I'm going to read it out if I may. Something's getting very, very. Thank you. Something. I won't do the accent. Something's getting very fishy among social media platforms. They claim to want free speech. I don't know why I'm doing it in a stupid accent, because it's very serious. Maybe because I'm too afraid of the seriousness. They claim they want the free speech, but soon they try to silence everyone when they don't like what they hear.
Are they from South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa. I did not mean to shoot. I shot through their door. No, we won't do that.
Birmingham to South Africa in one sentence.
I don't know. Stupid me getting us. I've got myself off the top.
There you go.
Stupid accent.
Next one, then.
What are you doing, Brian? Most of the Fandom Men's channels read out articles in videos. That's one of the things that got them all their subs over the last 3 to 4 years.
Exactly right. And the fact that they singled one channel out, even though there were a bunch of other channels reporting on this video, was absolute proof. All you need. He was singled out purely because they had this Twitter spat.
Singled out.
That was it. Yeah,
fucking double standards. I gave you one job, law. Apply to everyone.
If you don't like Doctor Who, if you don't like the current state of Doctor Who, don't talk about it. Just move on.
Basically it. Yeah.
Voice of reason.
That's what you should do. And look, Noel. Yes, he loves talking about Doctor Who, but I get the feeling that if you took away Doctor Who from him, what else is he going to talk about? Do you know what I mean? So when you look at it that way, Noel needs to up his game. He needs to find something.
Well, I don't think that's true, because I've streamed with him a lot. We've done a lot of. We did Star Wars. We did The Mandalorian. We do other film watch-alongs. But it's
mostly Doctor Who, though.
It's the TARDIS zone.
I know it's the TARDIS zone. But the thing is that you can only talk about Doctor Who for. Everything's been said about Doctor Who. That's what I'm saying. And by watching it and talking about it, you're only keeping it alive. I truly hope that it gets cancelled. I really do.
So do I. At this point, I completely agree with you on that, because it's
Noel's channel.
No, Doctor Who, obviously. Noel's a decent chap. You know what I mean? But I just think that Noel should really try and do something else more than Doctor Who. As I said, there's only so much you can say about Doctor Who. It's destroyed now. So what else can you say?
I invited Bolts Trek on tonight.
Yeah, you're right. I guess.
As I said, he does diversify. He does diversify.
You did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think Bolts Trek has got plenty to say about Who.
Yeah, but he does, and he does. No matter, even if he's screaming, he does say it in a constructive manner.
Yeah. I think a lot of people on Twitter would disagree.
Yeah, of course.
They've been going after him. The irony again. I mean, these people.
He loves it though.
Irony. They keep coming after him now, and what they're doing is spamming every post he makes with pictures of Cybermen, and I think that's so ironic because they act like Cybermen. You will be like us, or you will be deleted. That's the mentality. And I find they're so self-unaware that it really does prove
Or just
what we're saying. You know?
I saw
Twitter in it. Just move out. You know
I
what I mean?
saw
Go online
one
or something. You know.
I
Just,
saw one tweet last night where a guy
Just
at 2:20 just basically said, "How long are you going to keep banging on about this, you cunt?"
yeah.
See what you
2:20. I thought, yeah, nice one.
Look, think of it this way: Twitter is like a boat, okay, right? And all the hate mob are on the boat. But if you abandon ship and you swim to another boat, then you're free of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Why
but
would
I
you
don't want to
stay
be in a bubble. You know, I kind of need, in a way, that
You need
kind
to
of
argue.
animosity. Well, yeah, I think it keeps you kind of sharp. You know,
There's
like
a balance.
I think it's the other way. I think it really does cause trouble, and I just think that you know, look. I don't run away from a fight, surely, right? But you can see the pointlessness of arguing on Twitter. It's
yeah.
really
I mean, I don't
pointless.
engage unless they start. You know,
Even if they do start, you can just block them, mate.
No, because
we're arguing now.
Then they go after.
We're arguing about
my
arguing.
friends,
No, we're not.
And if
I
they
will
go
stand
after
by
your
my
friend, you should tell your friend to block that person too. And that's how you should conduct it. Just move forward, man.
Yeah,
Instead of having a big argument with them because it's pointless.
Please stop trying to have the last word. I think that's what Twitter's about. I'm going to have the last word, and I'm right. Fuck you. Blah blah blah.
Well, that's it. They generally block you after they get the last word in, anyway.
Well, that's okay then. So that means you don't have to deal with them again. That's the thing, you know.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't necessarily need to be in an echo chamber either. You know,
echo chamber. Can I take this opportunity? May I please say something positive?
There's a message from Demon Scythe.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ignore that too. He's like the fifth person, which is good. But yeah, a rare opportunity to say something positive about Twitter.
Go on,
because basically
you met me on there.
Exactly, that too. But basically, as with a lot of things, I agree and disagree simultaneously with the opposing views espoused just now by Mega Geek and Problem being, it is pointless just arguing with people and having negativity, and it is pointless being in an echo chamber. I'd like to do a shout out to the 7% of people on Twitter that engage with me without swearing, without insulting me, and just push me out of my comfort zone. To give me a different viewpoint that I might not. There's not many of them, but they're out, and sometimes it's quite disarming because I'm expecting to get a torrent of abuse. And they're going, but Cockney, have you thought about it this way? And I'm like, oh, different thought patterns coming in. So like
different reality tunnels.
Yeah,
but that means that you're not in an echo chamber. I can never. I do listen to what other people say all the time,
so that's
which actually helps you not to be in an echo chamber. But as I said,
so more of those.
I still think it's pointless arguing with people that disagree with you, especially people that's hiding behind social media. It really is pointless. So, I mean, like I've had loads of people on Twitter, you know, because I put something up a Doctor Who have a go at me. All I've done is blocked them. I must
always
have blocked
going on about Doctor Who, aren't you?
500 people. I must have blocked about 500 people. I don't even think about it twice once I've blocked them. It's
pointless. I think it's more fun to mute them, then they can keep going, and they will never be aware.
But the fun turns to upset, doesn't it? Because like, look what happened to Noel. He got his channel,
1823.
You know, strike. You know, and that's the thing. You could avoid all that if you just blocked the guy and just move on. You know,
Cockney has been blocked by Shatner.
Yeah, well, Shatner doesn't like him, does he? Star Trek. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I know you guys.
Yeah, well, he got blocked by the editor anyway. So the editor. I mean, it was then after he blocked Noel, he then went and did the copyright strike. You know, that's
what I'm saying. So this is pointless even talking.
Well, no, I really want to.
Just makes no sense.
There you go, guys. I can't believe this is just basically a stream about arguing about on Twitter. We're all arguing about it. It's not even fucking worth it. It's just Twitter is a bag of shite, and we all know it. So we have got 40 seconds, and we are moving on. So whatever you're going to say it.
It's been Cockney.
It's about the well, my opinion is Twitter's about the dopamine hit from winning an argument, and now it's deleted.
Yeah, well, I don't need that hit. You know what I mean?
I'm with Ian about Twitter. It's shite.
Well, then I'm with Problem.
I'm only on there to push my wares anyway. Do you know what I mean? And that's what Twitter's good for. Pushing your wares. That's it.
Self-promotion.
Yeah, exactly. That's how everybody should treat Twitter. You know, if Noel wants to display his wares, so to speak. He should just basically go on Twitter and advertise his stuff. That's it. Don't get into any arguments because it's pointless. It really is. Well, anyway,
he has tried to block or evade these people and all the rest of it, but they managed to find ways to say the worst possible things you can imagine, come onto his streams and rape shame his wife and all these manner of things. And
if you don't see it, you don't hear it, then it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So if people are saying bad things about you and you don't even see it, and you don't hear it,
it's when they come onto the channel itself.
Well, we've got the mods they've got the mods in it to get rid of them.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
and the rockers
still be seen.
Yeah,
it will still be seen first.
But anyway, listen,
I'm learning.
I must make it clear that this is no disrespect for what Noel's doing. It's just my opinion, and it's it's just my opinion. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And everybody's got one.
Just
like ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Change of subject. Yes. Here you go.
For the time of year.
Is it?
New subject.
Resident Alien. I haven't seen it, but it looks great.
Yeah, nobody's seen
it. As well.
That's that Alan Doody.
Has it started yet?
What?
Yes.
Anybody know if it started?
Alan Tudyk, player of the robot. Never heard of it. What is it?
Resident Alien.
We should have got Demon Side on.
Alien.
Yeah.
Well, get him on. Of course, you'll have 5 icons there.
I haven't seen it yet, but it looks good though. I think I'll give it a watch.
Get him on. It'll be a practice for Friday Night Bullies. Friday Shine.
I'm not experienced enough to do the 5 dynamic yet.
No,
what is it? Can someone explain it to me?
It's a TV series.
It's when you get 5 people.
It's a TV series.
Alan Tudyk.
No, it's a TV series about this alien that lands on the planet, and to survive, he has to kill this doctor, and he takes the form of the doctor in a small town.
Nice.
So he has to pretend to be that doctor just to get home.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, but he looks like a real alien. So he has the power to change and look like a ordinary human.
What streaming service is this?
I think it's on Sky. It's on Sci-Fi.
Alien.
Okay.
All right.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Or will we?
It's based on a comic book. So
I read Tudyk wasn't going to be in the new Star Wars series, was he? As the robot.
Correct. Confirming it will be Shy. He's the only good thing about Rogue One, wasn't he?
You didn't. He was what was it? What was the name of the robot?
K2SO.
Alan Tudyk.
R2
Yeah, he said that he's not being approached.
So yeah, so shame because he was the best thing about it.
You know what? I saw the latest of One Division today.
Please do not tell me.
I'm not going to, but what I can say is almost all the male characters are idiots in that episode today. I was like, wow. So there you go. All week.
Episode 5. Is it episode 5 or 4?
No, it's 4.
I'm halfway through 4. Halfway through.
I liked it. I liked it.
I'm getting
to like it. Yeah.
It was better than the other 3.
Mr. Brown. I finished watching The Sons of Anarchy finally.
Well done. You know what you need to do now.
Get a motorbike.
Right.
Leather jacket, motorbike.
And a tattoo. Have you got any tattoos, by the way?
The last 2 episodes.
Are you going to accept the mission?
I need to settle a bet. Problem being, how many tattoos have you got?
None, and it's staying that way.
Oh, I've lost a $5.
Good boy.
Mega Geek, how are you getting on with Banshee?
I've been working. I've only seen 1 episode so far. You already know that. When I get a chance,
so you've not anymore. Okay.
No, seriously, I was working yesterday. And I've been editing, so the thing is, though, I can't turn down money. That's my fault.
I know. It's a good position to be in.
To say ASMR fans, coffee from the ex-wife coming up on 25. Look at that.
Who's been watching WandaVision?
I have.
I just told you I'm halfway through episode 4.
I didn't know you'd watched it.
People sending it to me, so because I haven't got Disney Channel, so people send it to me. So because it's only half an hour long.
Cheap.
I can half watch it. It's not even half. I mean, I tell you what's strange about that show is that the show must be 20 minutes, but the credits at the ending is 2 minutes.
8 hours. 8 hours.
Yeah, it's really long.
I like the theme tune. I really like the music. I have to say.
I can be so good for you.
I love the
yeah.
I love the title.
Write the theme tune, sing the theme
Sing
tune.
theme tunes, do the graphics.
Here you go, Cockney. Do you want to read the message, mate?
Okay, which accent do you want this time?
Just
I'll
your
do
normal
Slavic.
one. Stop dicking about.
All right, do me original.
I want you to do it like Dennis Waterman. Oh,
Yeah, go on,
silent.
All right, right, Arthur. Got a message here. All right, we're down the club, aren't we? One Division feels very woke in that latest episode. Right, I was enjoying it, and I had a right old tear on the number 11 bus. I was enjoying it up till then. I was enjoying it right until my spell check ruined my comment.
Yeah.
Up, out, in, out, down, all about. I'm down East End, West End girls. East
What's it all
End,
about?
boys.
Do
I don't know
Cody.
what's it all about?
Demon
One-
Scythe
I'm
Banshee is
asleep.
ace.
Job done.
Yeah, I've got to watch that. I've only watched one episode, but I will watch it though.
I will
watch it.
Is the back playing you up?
It is a bit, yeah. But, you know,
With regards to
life.
the back, it's
What? I think
it's,
is a slut.
this is that your lower spine, all the muscles in your lower spine would have been getting tighter and tighter over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
The tipping point was reached. Yes,
Yeah.
if you, it just doesn't go from being perfectly 100% lovely to being knackered in 1 second.
Mm.
It's probably been slowly creeping up on you.
Oh yeah, I
It's a
know
journey.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely know that.
So I would recommend kind of a foam roller or a vibrating foam roller to periodically work into the lower back if you can't or if you haven't got access to a therapist.
Or a waifu.
Well, I mean, it's getting better. It's much better than yesterday. Put it that way. So it's better.
It's sitting down that's the killer. It's sitting
Yes,
down.
yes.
It's sitting down, standing up, or walking. For
But
me.
listen,
I
mate,
thought-
it's,
I thought
you try
loneliness
having a
was the
crap
killer.
when you've got a bad back. I'm telling you, it's so bad.
You
Bad.
you try having a. I'm not. I'm going to outdo you. I do apologize. You try having a crap with
That's what I said.
hemorrhoids and a
Oh,
bad
right,
back.
okay. All right. You're just trying to get off the
Mr.
trying to get
Brown
off the
talking
throne.
crap at
That's the
And a
hard.
broken
Ready.
arse.
Yeah.
Ooh. Have you not got the option of perhaps getting a standing working desk? You know, one of those.
No.
desks?
I've been standing and editing.
Right.
Today I'm standing and editing, but you've got to sit down. So I'm sitting down right now.
Right.
Actually, it's okay. It's not so bad. It's only when I get up that's when I have to hold on to things and stuff like that. But it's getting better. I said it was worse yesterday. It was just really worse.
Yeah,
so.
it'll probably settle down after about 2-3 days.
Yeah, I
it'll be
hope
all
so. Yeah.
Be all right.
I don't think
but
I've
you
done
should-
any lasting damage. Put it that way.
You should periodically go see a sports therapist every now and again, just for like a
You
once
can't
over.
now, can you? Because of the bear
Well,
bug thing.
I know that's part of my my work plan. Getting back into work, become a part-time therapist because I'm qualified, but that's out the window for God knows how long. So just one of them things, isn't it?
Well, you can't put it out the window. That's breaking lockdown convention. You've got to keep it in. Keep your windows closed. No breathing outside.
Yeah, where you live, problem being, does it seem like lockdown to you? Because where I live, it doesn't seem like lockdown at all.
I live in a pretty quiet town. Anyway.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So not anymore. Go out there. No, I mean it's. I mean, at first, when it was all people bursting to applause every other day or something, and then it just disappeared. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty damn quiet. I live next to usually a busy bridge, but it's been quite quiet.
Well, trolls under it.
Wayne Bridge.
Coffee places open. People are sitting and drinking coffee and stuff. It doesn't seem like lockdown to me. No,
I haven't been into the centre.
Follow up. I'm in heaven. I've got a cup of tea and coffee right in front of me.
Technically, we all should be indoors.
Yeah. Well, I'm indoors.
Yeah, we are.
That's March before it even gets reviewed.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see what's going to happen next. We'll see.
I don't go out anywhere anyway.
You don't?
I don't. There's really nothing around my town anyway.
So. Oh, isn't there? Oh
Not
dear.
really.
That's not good. You'll have to sit at home watching Doctor Who.
And listen to
Oh
us.
no!
Only classic Doctor Who.
Listen to the Mr. Brown channel. Advert for the Self on 30.
You could always try checking out the Premiere YouTube channel. If
Well,
not, if you don't watch
I would watch Mr. Brown's channel, but I can't stand that guy that keeps going on it. His name is Cockney something. Can't stand him.
Yeah, you know what the W stands for in his name, don't you?
Yeah.
It's not Wayne. It's not Wayne.
Wayne Kerr.
Writer to you, sir. Writer and wanker. I've got two hands. I use both of them.
Ambidextrous.
Exactly. I'm wanky dexterous. I can wank out a script in half an hour and it's still going to be better than The Last Jedi. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's not hard, is it? Let's face it.
Exactly.
It always
a
goes
low
back
bar.
to
A low
Jedi,
bar.
always.
Exactly. Luke
watched
comes back and kicks ass. Already.
I watched
better
a
than
video
Last Jedi.
today with somebody praising The Last Jedi. Would you believe?
Really?
What
Wow,
were they
what's
saying about it?
God.
What
And
was it
the,
like in their insane asylum?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you know, they had some good
Wasn't
points.
Ruin Johnson, was it?
Oh no, I
Yeah.
want to hear this.
No, it
Good
wasn't
points
him.
about Last Jedi. I want to hear it. Go on.
I can't
What they got?
remember. Something about
It ended.
Luke. No. Something about he was saying that Ruin Johnson, as we call him, didn't have anywhere to go after JJ made the first one.
I
Because the
think
first
Swap
one-
Shop, Demon Side Swap Shop's going to
bollocks.
prove that wrong by actually writing.
Yeah, I know. Look,
That's-
I'm just telling you what he said. Yeah, and he
Yeah,
was saying
I
that
mean,
the way he.
considering it's a carbon copy of
Sorry,
A
don't
New
kill
Hope
the messenger.
anyway, even
Sorry,
though I call it
Mega.
Star Wars. But I mean, I mean, we ended
What's
up
in-
with Empire Strikes Back after
Yeah,
that. So.
yeah, exactly. What was interesting, he showed the comparison between Empire Strikes Back and the last film, and he showed the clips side by side, and it was literally a copy of literally a copy of Return of the Jedi. All the bits that they did was from Return of the Jedi. So he was kind of like, screwed himself, if you know what I mean. So he was saying that Ruin Johnson did the right thing, and then he was saying, "Oh no, the whole thing was crap." So he was a bit, I don't know, it was really weird. Yeah.
Ruin Johnson's own mother couldn't defend The Last Jedi. It's indefensible.
Do you, Mega Geek, do you think it was all rushed out too soon?
No,
From day one, do you think?
no,
Or-
from day one, the mistake they made was that they put Kathleen Kennedy in charge, and if they knew what Kathleen Kennedy was going to do, they would never put her in charge.
Yeah, and putting Ruin Johnson and JJ
Yeah,
in there as well.
The first one was just a
Bad
copy of
reboot.
New Hope, and the biggest crime they did was kill Han Solo and didn't have the three come
Yes.
together.
Yes,
And,
agreed.
you know,
Fully agreed. That
we
is
were
the
blinded by
biggest crime.
by our fandom when we went
Yes.
to see it.
Yeah.
It was so hyped, and when we went
We
to
were.
see it. So the first time I saw it, I thought it was okay, and then as years go by, and you look at it again, you think,
got
no,
worse
it's
and
not.
worse.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Yep.
So yeah.
Agreed. Valid point on 33.
Yeah.
But according to Doomcock, footage exists of the three altogether
Well, that makes it worse because we haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
in front of a green screen, apparently.
But that's taken the piss even more. It's like we could have done this good thing for you.
I'm beginning to
28
think.
years for.
I'm beginning to think
Are you?
that they do these things
Good.
deliberately, so that they
Piss us
can
off.
I mean, they've seen what's happened with the Snyder Cut, and I think studios are thinking, well, we can double our money, or even triple it.
I mean, with all due respect to Coomdock, I just think it's just another rumor. Even if it is true, so what? It's taking the piss more. But to be fair, we don't do videos about rumors, do we? There's enough stuff out there that we can talk about. I mean, like you say, it's bad enough talking about Doctor Who, but at least it exists. There's not really much point disseminating things that might not even exist. It's just talking about wanky, airy, fairy bollocks, isn't it? It's not even out there. Show us the footage, then we'll talk about it.
I know someone that knows the girl that played Ray. I can't remember her name now.
Daisy Ridley Ray.
Daisy Ridley, and she told me that Daisy is not a happy bunny.
Well,
Because of what
career is
happened.
ruined by this, isn't it? I mean,
Well,
I think.
And I tell you I'll tell you who's not really happy is her agent, big time. So I mean, they've been asking for, obviously production company's been asking for her to be in films, but they're not great movies, and it
She's
looks
about
like
to go on Celebrity
She
Bake
needs
Off, isn't she?
distance.
Yeah, she's on Bake Off. Yeah,
She needs distance. And give her a few more years doing
exactly.
not much, and then she can probably come back with something else.
She's
But
a
she's
good
gonna have to up
actress,
her
in my
game.
opinion. She's a
She's
good
all right.
actress.
It's not stand out for me. I'm, you know. It kind of reminds me a bit of what's her face from.
That's
from
my
the
disagreement with that
prequels.
words.
What's from the prequel?
I'm not.
The girl
Natalie
that was
Portman.
Oh yes, Natalie Portman.
Natalie
I like Natalie
Portman.
I like her. I think she's a good actress.
Friday
good
night.
start. She was amazing in Leon.
Yeah, she was.
Friday Night Tights were ripping the piss out of Daisy Ridley right at the beginning with.
I saw that. Yeah.
Were they? What'd they say?
I think it's getting quite boring now.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, Star Wars has been ruined now, and problem being is right. The worst out of all the TV shows and films was Doctor Who. Doctor Who was completely decimated by this agenda. So what can you say, eh?
Yeah, I mean, because you've got one lead character. Star Wars is an ensemble. Star Trek is an ensemble. But you can swap out. You can swap out
ensemble.
You can swap out heroes. You can make a new show with a new ship and a new cast and new characters. You can't do that with Doctor Who. And once you mess around with the central character and then change the history retrospectively like that, you've ultimately damaged everything about it. I mean, it's Doctor Who, not Doctor. Oh, right, yeah.
Boyega and Ridley do anything. Do you know what? I think they're going to bounce back though. Boyega. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
he will.
He is a good actor.
He's wasted.
My personal prediction is John Boyega will. Daisy Ridley won't. She's already doing Bake Off.
No, well, I think she will. I think she'll get into something. It may take years, but John
Boyega was absolutely shortchanged.
John Boyega.
He was.
He was.
His
character was the most interesting character because he was a stormtrooper. He turned to the rebellion. He was force sensitive. That was hinted at.
He could handle a lightsaber as well.
Yeah, nice for you. It's not the rebellion; it's the resistance.
There was the resistance, and there was this.
No, you're right. But it's further to that. He goes rebel scum. So even in the script, they fucked it up because it's meant to be it's meant resistance scum.
There was so much potential, like for him.
Very clever there,
to become like a big Jedi character potentially, and the love interest to Rey didn't happen, and they completely and then they made him like a wacky sidekick.
Yep.
And that was just awful what they did.
Who likes horses?
You know what they call it? We're still stuck in the Beverly Hills Cop era. That's what they call it. A lot of black people I speak to who are geeks. That's the phrase they use. And the reason why they use that phrase is because if you remember Beverly Hills Cop, he had a white girlfriend in there and they didn't kiss or touch, hold hands or anything. They claimed that they were friends, but they were obviously more than friends in the film. So the Hollywood wouldn't go there. They do go there sometimes, but generally speaking, they don't really go there. Although I think they're doing it now, aren't they? Every woman in every film now has a black boyfriend or a black husband, which I find really.
But they're non-threatening, aren't they? They're always really overly sensitive. It's like they're almost like written like white men. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And I think it's just so incredibly racist. I do. I think it's. I think the whole woke thing and making everything about race is at least racialist in the terms that it fetishizes it, rather than focuses on it for a creative reason.
Something content of your character.
Do you know what makes me laugh is if you ever
out the window with the COVID.
I've said this to Dan as well. I've said every time you see a trailer for a black film, they always play some kind of pumping rap song in it, no matter what it's about. Always, right?
Oh, you mentioned that on the video vault. I remember.
I did, so always. And then if in that kind of arena, why don't they just play a Jewish song when Spielberg's on or whatever? They don't, do they? It's only black people. They keep pumping that nonsense.
Non-threatening black man on the roof.
Yeah, well, not every black person's into rap. Do you know what I mean? So it's just whatever.
We're going to get letters in from the Black Jewish Alliance now. All the black Jews are going to be like, we're doubly upset here.
On 40 minutes.
Oh, another
Race
thing that
politics
another
on
thing that I've noticed.
3944.
Another thing that I've noticed as well is that when I have independent films and I have a trailer for it, why do they always play the guitar, plucky guitar? Take a look at those independent films that they have trailers for. It's always ding, 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 ding with the guitar. Always.
I saw adverts with a mandolin, not a mandolin. What do they?
Mandolin, tubular bells,
Fuck, you know, the little guitar. What do they call those?
glockenspiel,
What's
French
that?
horn.
No, but it's always like, you know, sort of
Sitar?
kind of plinky plonky.
Yeah.
Banjo?
Not banjo, like a banjo.
Sausage banjo.
You ain't going to
Christ's
entry,
sake.
boy.
Whatever. And then there's always whistling.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, oh god, it's so annoying. It's in every fucking advert.
Ding 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 ding.
And also,
Ding,
do
ding.
you find it really hard to take? Do you find it really hard to take trailers seriously, especially if they've got a serious subject? I saw a trailer they were talking about Iraq, and there's this reporter in Iraq who's trying to report the news, and they're all getting blocked because of politics. And the person that was playing the reporter was the girl that played Catwoman in the Batman film. What's her name? You know the one I mean, in the late Anne Hathaway, right? I couldn't take that trailer seriously. It's Anne Hathaway. Do you know what I mean? Someone as beautiful as Anne Hathaway playing a bloody, and doesn't matter how much dirt is on her face, she still looks beautiful. Do you know what I mean? So how could you take a film like that seriously when you cast someone like that in the film?
You hear that, Hathaway? Too beautiful, Hathaway. Sort it out.
I get that with like star casting when they do that in film and TV. So as I said, I recently finished watching Sons of Anarchy, and there was Marilyn Manson was playing an inmate. You know, he was just like top dog in there, and he was like some gay Nazi or something, and it was just like, but that's just Marilyn Manson, you know. Yeah, it was really distracting because it jars you, takes you right out of it, and I think that
jars you.
It's too on the nose casting, you know.
As when I went to see Gravity, I couldn't take it seriously either. It was George Clooney and bloody Sandra Bullock. I'm like, well, do you know, it's Sandra Bullock. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how much how could you take it seriously? It's
George
like,
Clooney's in the Buck Rogers remake.
Unknown,
we got away with not having to watch that with Rabbi's video call.
Now you've mentioned Gravity, I'd just like to mention 9,834 films, probably more. All the films ever made have got one thing in common, right? Gravity. The one film they make that's set in zero gravity, and they call it Gravity. It's like making a vegetarian film and calling it Sausage. I mean, what the fuck? There's no gravity until, spoiler alert, she comes back down to Earth with a bang, but not George.
Yeah.
Gravity,
did you like Gravity, Ian?
I did like it, but as I said, you know, with a film like that, you look at it as a big Hollywood film. You, as I said, I believe that if there were unknowns playing that part, even if it was just George Clooney and an unknown, I would have been more invested in the film.
Yeah.
But when I see Sandra Bullock, I said in your subconsciously you're going, this is a Hollywood movie. Do you know what I mean? You take it seriously, but you don't take it really seriously.
It takes you out of it. Yeah,
it does.
I'm glad I didn't see it in the cinema in 3D. I think I would have thrown up.
I saw it on IMAX. Yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
I did too.
Pretty fucking good, to be fair.
So it's more like a theme park ride than the film.
Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George. He could buy me a coffee.
Yeah, all I see when I see him is someone trying to sell me coffee.
You know what?
Well, I see George Clooney, coffee, and bring back the Elgin marble.
Espresso.
He said in an interview that he brought another house for those adverts. So there you go. Must have paid him a crap
destroy
load.
the environment. I've had that, whatever that brand is.
Didn't Clooney give a load of his earnings from a film to all his friends? Who supported him at the beginning of his career?
Apparently, he when he was doing ER and he was really famous, he just used to help all his friends. Apparently, that's the story. That's how. And also, I've seen him in interviews, and he is quite funny. He's very goofy. And he's very funny. You know, not very the persona charming. That he has.
Said to George Clooney, I am available for adoption.
He's funny, handsome.
I should try get him on here.
You should try.
I heard he's playing Buck Rogers.
Yes,
in the new Buck Rogers.
Yeah, that's what I said about.
He's a bit old for that, isn't he?
Yeah, we're trying to ignore.
Once he dyes his hair, look all right.
Gravity, but now you're right, Brown.
Is he actually playing it then? Because I read the article. They're not sure, are they? I know he's producing.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's going to be a TV series as well.
You guys remember the show, The Persuaders?
Yeah,
Tony Curtis,
right? Tony Curtis and
Best
Roger
theme
Moore.
ever.
No,
And there was a point where they were going to make it, and the perfect casting would have been George Clooney and Hugh Grant. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that
Hugh Grant
good, yeah.
and George Clooney. That would have been, but they missed the boat, man.
They could drive around picking up hookers. Divine Brown,
Yeah.
no relation, or is she?
Divine Brown, no relation. Yes.
That's so funny. A handsome Hollywood actor.
Topical, very topical.
You know, his stature, you think he'd go for a high-class
That was nearly
escort,
30
but no.
years ago. That
He goes ripping around doing a budget version of Pretty Woman on Hollywood Boulevard. Come on, Hugh, you do better than that.
You've seen his wife, haven't you? His wife is gorgeous.
Oh, what is he thinking? He must have been a
Liz
high
Hurley
or something. Exactly.
No,
Sorry,
yeah,
Liz.
right.
I'm going out. Going out for a bit. Of
That was
rugby.
another miss as well. Do you remember the Avengers, the movie The Avengers? You know, not obviously the Marvel
Yeah.
one.
never,
but the,
never seen it.
Yeah, with a thingy from Schindler's List.
yeah,
Ralph Fiennes.
yeah, Ralph Fiennes. It should have been. It should have been Liz Hurley and Hugh Grant. That's
But
what that
wasn't
would
she
have been.
doing
Ah.
At the time, they were really big.
She was
Sorry,
doing
Dave.
the
She's
Spy
definitely
Shag
good.
Me thing, wasn't she, or whatever it was?
Oh, was she?
Right,
I could have
now,
waited for her.
As far as I know, that the genius of her casting in the Spy Who Shagged Me is that she thought she was doing real acting, but it was basically came across as parody acting, like Slim Pickens in How I Learned to Love the Bomb, Dr. Strangelove. It's like he played it straight, but it was so wacky that it came across as comedy, which is perfect. Just don't tell him it's a comedy. It's the same with Liz. I mean, I wasn't there, but apparently, so her level of bad acting was perfect for a parody.
Yeah, no, it was. You're absolutely right. You know, and she actually made it work. She, you know, by default, she made it work. Yeah,
she was brilliant in it, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Or intentionally, many levels.
She was gorgeous. She's gorgeous, though. I think she still is. I'm not really
she's
sure
still gorgeous.
She was in the papers or online a couple of days ago, and she's
been
still
getting
got
her
it.
tweets out.
Still got it.
You wouldn't kick her out of bed for farting.
No,
She's still got it.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
Yeah,
She's
so.
going to be pushing 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was going with Shane Warne, wasn't she, for a while?
Who?
Cricketer, Aussie cricketer.
Is he? Oh, I don't know. What's cricket?
Well, she gets around, doesn't she? So,
How dare you?
I'm just saying she's got a lot of boyfriends. That's what I was saying, really.
I'm jealous. I'm not one of them.
Had a lot of boyfriends.
I wish I was one of them. I freely admit it.
Well, a lot of these celebrity boyfriend things are done because it's publicity rather than romance.
Yeah, I want to see a trend of hot actresses going out with small YouTube channel people. I think that's the way to go.
I'll go first.
Like drunk C3PO.
3PO and Gina. They're
Gina
totally
Carano.
set a trend
Who's
there.
trending on Twitter at the moment?
So come on, Liz, give us a call. But yeah, I could say good accidental segue on 47, 47.
What's the
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano? What's that going to achieve?
What?
Nothing.
Getting married to drunk 3PO. What? Sorry, I'm lost. I'm lost here.
He wishes. He wishes.
I'm a priest. I could do the wedding. He sure does.
We Love Gina Carano is
Gina.
trending at different time zones through the world. I think it was 9 p.m. UK, and they're kind of going back through the time zones.
Half the world wants to cancel her, and half the world wants to cancel the cancellation.
No, that's not true. About
15%
of the world wants to cancel. The rest really like her. The majority really like her.
Guilty of hyperbole there.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the point of all this is then? All this We Love Gina.
Look, she speaks out for common sense. That's why the majority of people like her. And even if people don't hear what she says, you know, when they do hear what she says, it's common sense. You can't deny common sense or facts.
I like shout out to Nina Infinity, who summed it up. I don't give a fuck about the Blandalorian. I'm paraphrasing, but shout out to. So I don't care about Cara June, but shout out to Gina Carano for carrying herself in a professional and loving manner.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and also, right, you don't want to pick a fight on her. She'll flatten you. Do you know what I mean? So all these people are calling her out, calling her idiot and stuff like that. Let them say that to her face. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Good luck with that.
Right.
Fighting talk.
5 minutes in the ring. There you go.
Well, hey.
Okay.
Because the rumor was apparently the KK faction want her out, isn't it?
cares? You know what I mean? She seems like a decent person, and she
is,
says what she says is common
and
sense.
she interacts with her fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially 3PO. See, it's
She's got-
meta, isn't it? It's a period
got a
of
thing
civil
for
war.
gold people. I don't know.
Oh, that's what it is. But it's a period of civil war within Lucasfilm. It's gone all meta, hasn't it? With Kathleen Vader on one side and Luke Lucas on the other
Very
side.
good. Very good. Very good.
It's
Well,
more
do you know
exciting
what?
than the films they're putting out.
50 minutes. Very good.
I truly hope that these
Thanks.
people don't win and turn the world into this ridiculous vision. Their ridiculous vision. I really, truly hope that, because by the time it actually starts, I'll be dead anyway. So, but I just hope the next generation of people kind of fight against it and stand up for common sense and decency. Let's put it that way. So.
The right to disagree without getting cancelled. Oi, problem. Are you typing an email to Liz Hurley for me?
Yeah, that's right. I'm saying it's on.
Because if I restraining
What's on
orders
the
being what
TV?
they are, I can't contact Liz directly.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, just I'm available Tuesday 8 o'clock. She wants to fly over to New Zealand. She's paying feminism #. But I know a nice chip shop. We'll have a nice time and see what happens later on. All right, Liz, be lucky.
Yeah, she's lovely. But they're all lovely, though, aren't they?
No, but Liz is lovely.
Until you get to know them.
Yeah, never tweet your heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Shatner.
Mr. Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Courtney.
Yeah, well,
Everyone has
apart
their
from
own opinion.
well, you've gone from my hero to just being a hero equal, which is the best kind of hero.
We have an idea for this channel. Or
Friday, tighty, whitey, nighty.
we
Blighty,
think we
blighty.
should do a Friday night evening show for the UK.
Oh,
Friday,
no.
nighty, blighty.
We'll be up against Gary.
No,
No,
before
go
that.
before.
Before.
You're right. Against
Because
the unwise. We're like the fluffers.
between-
better than the main show.
Between Dan's channel, yourself, and this channel, we've got more than enough of a talent pool to put something decent together.
We are the best show on YouTube. Sorry for that. You're number 2 now.
And I just think there's a hole in the market for the UK stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't want to be copying another channel, though. I mean, it's
Don't copy
Well,
us.
Doom copies us.
Doomcock.
no, he doesn't.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he does.
Doomcock was before
Doom-
your
Doom-
Yes, he
channel.
does. Doesn't he, Billy Cthulhu? That's right. He does cut me.
Fuck you.
How does he copy your channel? I don't get it.
Blade
Listen,
Runner.
On yes.
What? Go on, tell me.
Well, we did a very, very
Not
good.
copying the accent now, is he?
Doom Cockney.
We did a Blade Runner show.
Blade Runner. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
Cockney
blew
was
up on
kind.
Twitter, basically.
Yeah,
It blew up on
basically,
Twitter.
Cockney
the
was
plan.
pouring
Kind
the
enough.
fuel on the flames, as it were.
Well,
And-
it
and-
started because Burnett and Doomcock, both of whom I love, have opposing views on the Deckard replicant question. So I thought that'd be a fiery way. And they took the bait, bless their hearts.
Oh,
They
here you go,
took it.
boys.
They got
Oh, look
right
at this.
involved. Hurley's 55.
Fucking
Oh,
me.
wow.
Older than
That's-
me.
Jeez.
Well, see, that's feminism right there. Older woman. I'm in.
Yeah, so this, basically all blew up on Twitter, and Doomcock comes wading in saying, I'm not. He is a, what did he say? He is a replicant, didn't he? End of matter.
Doomcock's
Bish,
right,
bash,
Burnett's
bosh,
wrong.
get
But
fucked.
yeah, he got quite tetchy about it. I'm tired of this debate. He is a replicant. Fuck off, everyone. Like,
And then
but
we did
Paul
our
Burnett's-
show, which I
Which is more
coincidentally
nuanced.
which I tweeted to him
Yeah.
to have a look at. And then the following day, right, we're doing Blade Runner next week.
And no invite to us, but I'm not sore.
Yeah, we're not bitter.
Well,
Well, like that.
it's as I said, this is not like TV. YouTube is a different animal altogether. People can rip off other people. They can.
No,
Everybody.
well, I
can
mean,
talk
we're
about the same
teasing.
thing.
Everyone's free.
Yeah,
Everyone's free.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a
I
free
actually
for all.
welcome- Objectively, the more shows about Blade Runner, the better, because I'll just be taking notes from your forthcoming book.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're teasing really. He probably didn't, but so going back to the original point. No, we're not going to copy Friday Night Bullies. We're just coincidentally having a show with lots of funny people 2 hours earlier on the same day every week.
Yeah, I kind of think that something maybe about
Yeah,
7:30, 8 o'clock on a Friday night could be quite good.
But their show is comprised of people that have thousands watching their individual shows.
But
I
they're
mean,
not as
let's
funny as
face
we are.
it,
Yeah,
about
but they're
7
not-
people watches this
yeah.
show.
They're not
More viewers, but we're
We've got to
funnier.
start somewhere, Ian.
Exactly.
I know.
Tipping point coming. Mega Geek, you are part of the tipping. You are. This is the thing. We might have fewer viewers, but we got
Yeah.
more laughs, more jokes, more more insight. No one's gone deeper into the Deckard replicant question than us on that show. 90 minutes, and I barely even touched me notes. We could do
It's
another
like-
90.
It's like if Friday Night Tight has a 20-minute segue about flat caps. They're fucked.
Exactly. They'd be in. That's the yep. And then next week, wearing a hat at a jaunty angle featuring problem. Sorry, I got to get my teeth in. Oh.
I do jaunty.
Yeah, jaunty angle hats featuring problem being.
I mean,
With a fag hanging out of his mouth.
I gave up
Lip fag was
smoking.
unusual for me.
Yeah, I took it up again because I want to be cool, like problem being.
Yeah,
then
smoking
I-
is
then I-
cool,
But
definitely.
then I gave up again because all this talking. You can't talk and smoke, Cockney. Right, that's enough of you cigarettes.
So Ian, you would not be interested at any level, kind of giving it a go.
I'm always interested in doing live streams. I find live streams quite fun, and also you're allowed to
You're
talk
doing
about.
one now.
Yeah, exactly. I find it fun talking about rubbish, which is
We don't find it fun listening.
Oh,
Bowl of
Oh.
milk for Mr. Brown, the bitchy host. Firing it up on 56,
well,
18.
maybe I should come back on there.
Right, Brown. This next Doctor Who
I-
special is
you
going
know,
to be about you.
It should be fun. I don't know.
The,
I'd give anything a bash. You know what I mean?
The format I'm kind of thinking is we've probably got about maybe 8 to 10 decent people who could produce something.
You
And
might
just
be getting
kind
a
of-
lady on.
And yeah, we need to introduce a lady
for
to
the
the
nerds.
channel.
a chick.
Cut a
You were going
lady
to say
No,
chick.
no, we need.
You were,
Yeah, we
you were gonna
genuinely,
say chick.
birds.
we genuinely
Tag-
need to bring a lady in on this channel just for the
Yeah.
different point of view. But
In the name of feminism, we need a nice bit of tat on here.
8 to 10 people who basically rotate from presenting to producing, if you know what I mean, and just keep it rotating and just just see what happens. I just think there's something. There's a little bit of a hole Friday evening, 7:30, 8 o'clock, a couple of hours before the American stuff comes along, and the main thing is that Az is not invited.
You don't like
Oh,
it?
you didn't want to say it out loud. Is this thing on?
Just said it.
You don't like it?
Bring the controversy. Well, he's gone on the American channel, so he
I
can't come on
like
the British
Az.
one now. Yeah,
I
I
think
like him
he's
too.
fun.
What's your problem, Brown?
like
His loyalties are with the Americans.
Yeah, but that's his prerogative, isn't it?
I know.
1776 all over again. Look, I want that tea. If tell you what, if it's called domestic terrorism when there's a tear up, I want all that tea dredged out of Boston Harbour. Do you hear me, Biden? Get it out. Get me tea out of the harbour.
It's hard. It's hard to find girls that are into this stuff. Anyway, I mean, I remember when I was talking to
I
Dan.
know.
Well, you would believe, wouldn't you, that given how Marvel and Disney and all the rest of it tell us that more women are into it than men, seemingly. But I think we can prove that.
Cheers,
Stuck in the knife.
Well, when we were doing
Nice
cheers, mate.
we did a show about ET, and I got my friend who's this gorgeous blonde. She came.
Is that
on.
your favourite film, Ian?
Yeah, ultimately. But yeah, I got my friend on, but she was, she loves ET and stuff like that, and she's gorgeous. But it's hard. It's hard to find a female that's into, actually a female geek. It's hard to find. Full
There is.
stop.
I know one.
It's
and
hard
I'm
to
not
find a
popping for
female.
that.
Full stop.
Yeah, no, but he's spot on. Mega Geek's spot on. It's just a biological fact. I'm afraid that if you go to a comic shop, it's mainly blokes. Now it is increasing. There are more
Lieutenant Savick.
and of course other genders are available. There's 83 genders according.
Well, you've also got to bear in mind that
But
a
yes,
lot of women our age are going to have children, so they're going to be quite busy or go to bed early.
There's Starry-Eyed
Go to
Girl.
bed early.
Starry-Eyed Girl.
Yeah,
Hey, all the dads are going, hold me, Coco.
There's
Take 2 parents to raise a child.
Purple.
Could be 2 mums, of course.
There's
2
Blue.
dads, whatever.
Eris.
Yep.
The other one.
Macarandum.
Star Wars Girl.
Rennie A.
But that's all I know. I mean, compared
And
to how many
Sarvik,
males that are around,
I'm not copying Burnett when I say everyone needs a favourite German. And my favourite German ticks all the boxes. She's my favourite German. She's a nerd and she's a female. Lieutenant Sarvik, if you're out there, guten Tag, wie geht es
On
Ihnen?
1 hour.
On 1 hour, Sarvik on the show.
Who?
Hopefully she's coming. Oh, you don't know her, but Lieutenant. Well, she's not actually Lieutenant Sarvik, but
A friend of Spot.
She's a Star Trek Uber nerd, basically.
Oh, okay.
She's right onto her Star Trek. So she's we got her as far as maybe I'll deign to come on your show.
We did a personal invite for her.
Yeah, we did a 10-minute show begging her to come on. And
I think if you listen to some podcasts, there are a lot of podcasts with females. So if you maybe we'll be able to find one there, So because there's more females that do podcasts than they do YouTube.
Sorry, cut you off. Yeah, now if I can get Sarvik to come on in her Starfleet uniform, ratings will go through the roof.
Well, none of us will show our faces on this channel, will we?
I don't want to show you boys up. That's why.
Oh, see, okay.
I'm not reading that one. Slobodern.
Oh, what?
Yeah. No, I'm not reading that. That's a bit of Serbian humour there. I don't know. Slacko.
No, that's from Demon Side though. He's British.
I know.
He's from Leicester. Mind you, same thing really.
Well, maybe he's making a reference for Slacko, bringing all the chats together.
Do you want some good news? We've got 2,000 people watching.
Yes, doubled the last one.
Yeah, 2,000, and they're sticking with us as well. Can you believe it?
That's the main thing. They're sticking out because they know there's more jokes coming. It's building to a crescendo.
They just want to see the picture of Problem being with that hat and that cigarette hanging in it.
That's what it is.
That's what I'm here for.
Looking cool.
That's a T-shirt waiting to be made. That is. That's going to be in fact, I'm taking a screenshot right now. This is going to be the T-shirt for the Mr. Brown channel. The 4 of us. You got 2 hats and 2 Spocks. I mean, what more? Apart from a Sarvik. 2 hats, 2 Spocks, and a Sarvik. That sounds like a film waiting to be made.
So, Problem, you're not thinking of having your own channel, and having a bit of a live stream on, doing your thing and stuff now?
I don't see the point. I mean, it is a really crowded marketplace anyway.
You're right. Yeah.
And you have to have that commitment. I've got other things I want to be doing,
That's true. Me and you both, pal.
Yeah.
Although I am thinking of doing a small thing, only 2 minutes. I might do that every other month.
Oh, there's another female YouTuber who's really good. She's really funny.
Jay doing nothing.
Jay Longbone.
Who?
Jay Longbone.
Yeah,
check her out. Jay Longbone. She's really, really good. She's really funny.
What's her channel?
Jay Longbone, one word.
Right, okay.
It's a black fandom menace woman. She's really funny. I find
okay.
Really good.
I should check her out.
Yeah.
On YouTube channel, of course.
Yeah.
So there you go. But it's really hard to find them, isn't it? Really. And the only people I know is Blue and Starry-Eyed Girl.
I think that they've been around the longest. That's the thing. If I was to set up a channel now, it would be buried under all the others. And as Mr. Brown can see, it's not easy. It isn't easy. I mean, the more there are, there's so many amounts of streams that people can watch.
Yeah,
and those fandoms are already established. The Nerdrotics, the Doomcocks, all of those people will tune into those. And there's loads of them, and it's quite often at the same time, but quite often interspersed between others and all the rest of it. So it's already quite crowded. So I think it's all well and good saying create new channels.
But you do what? Live stream. As I was saying. If you do a live stream to try and get viewers and stuff like that, which I guess is the goal, then I guess you're on hiding to nowhere. I keep saying to everybody, just do it because you love it, and once you stop loving it, don't do it. Stop doing it. You know,
It's like a relationship.
Yeah, and if you have passion, what you talk about, you'll find that people find you. And,
Yes, amen to that. Passion is.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 2,000 with that passion at the moment.
2,000, my bum.
Yeah, but they don't include the zeros at the end of that number.
Yeah.
Save on space.
They know quality when they see it.
Wow. Do they?
Cheers, Ian.
The ones that aren't here haven't seen it, so they're not here to see it. The ones that are here, no, I think that I'm really grabbing onto the retention. Once they see it, they don't want to stop seeing it. They're glued.
Are you retentive?
We are retentive, anal retentive.
Well,
we keep
the
all our
viewers
retentive
are
listeners.
sticking with us.
With
us
like Clag.
Well, maybe we should talk about films now. We should talk about, because I love talking about films.
Superman.
Films.
You want to talk about Superman?
Yes, because we found something which we didn't know.
Yes.
That's right,
Okay.
isn't it, Cockney? Tell the folks at home.
Go on in.
Sorry, I'm talking over the introduction. Well, it was thanks to the chat that we had with Mega Geek. So it's this channel is inspired. It's like, even when I'm on the channel, I'm learning stuff. But basically, although my general position is physical media only, none of my local shops or online shops have got the Blu-ray available for Superman 1, and I've got the Blu-ray for Superman 2. And it's just a travesty that my boy's seen Captain Marvel, but not Superman. So long story medium. I downloaded it, but while downloading it, I noticed on the iTunes store, other stores are available, there were two versions of Superman, one cheap, one bit more expensive. And I thought, why is that? The expensive one is a remade version from 2014 with, check the year, but with 18 minutes of extra footage, something like that. I might have the numbers wrong.
I've got it.
Of course, I should be surprised. So I didn't even know it existed.
It's kind of like 4 hours long. So that version has all the clips that was. So when they showed it on TV in America, there were all these footage that they didn't use in the theatrical release. So they put it all back in, including a scene when he saves Jimmy Olsen when he's fallen off that the dam. And as he saves him, he flies up and says, "Take your pictures." And Jimmy Olsen's taking pictures of the dam getting destroyed. And then he flies him and he puts him where he puts him in the original version. Then he flies off to find Lois. So and there's loads of little clips of like that in the film, which are really eye-opening. For instance, the scene where he's chasing the rocket, he flies past the rocket and then he stops in midair to try and stop it from coming towards him. The rocket changes direction and then he has to chase it again. And that's not in the movie. That's only in a TV show. And they put all that stuff back in for this version. So it's absolutely brilliant.
I think Superman the movie. I think it was the first movie I ever went to see at the cinema.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't a Disney movie, I think.
1978.
Probably the first movie I didn't, start crying because like the Disney animated movies were terrifying, and I had to be carried out the cinema.
For anyone that wants to pick it up, I'm just checking here. Superman the movie, open brackets, special edition, close brackets, 2014, 151 minutes. So there's at least two versions out there, if not more. PG HD.
Yeah,
available on iTunes and other stores.
That might not be the version that I've got. The version I've got, it's almost 4 hours long.
Yeah, well, that's why I noticed you said that, practicing my listening skills, and it made me realize, damn, now there's three versions.
I can send anybody wants it, I can send it to them. It's not a problem. It's not a very big file.
Yes, please.
So I can send it to you. You can take a look. You can take a look at it, and then it's as I said, if you know Superman the movie, this is a really interesting watch. Yeah, right. When you watch it, you think, God, all these really great scenes in it, and they chopped it out for time. So you know what I mean. So it's really interesting because I said there was stuff in there that I didn't even thought they shot.
Does it come with a documentary?
No, it doesn't. I don't know who somebody sent it to me ages ago. I can't remember who sent it to me. Liz Hurley, she sent it to me. Yeah,
she's a lovely lady.
She's a Superman fan.
When she rolled, what's that old joke? When she rolled over last night, she said, "Yeah, I'll send you the Superman."
Oh, I'm jealous.
People used to say that at school. I don't know if you remember, or you guys are probably not old enough to remember that. They always used to say that at school.
There you go, Demon Scythe Synthwave. My God, I said it.
Watership Down. Listen, that's the question. What was the first film you guys saw in the cinema? The very first film.
I just told you, Grease.
The very first film I saw was
It's the Word, apparently.
Jungle Book. My mum took me to see Jungle Book.
Bollocky Lollick for me.
I remember going to see Pinocchio. I think that might have been the first, because as I said, I saw a bunch of Disney movies. It was like Pinocchio, The Fox and the Hounds, and The Rescuers. And I remember being absolutely terrified to be carried out.
What was your
screaming, crying?
I grew up in Poland, so mine was a Polish double bill of Bollocky Lollick and Koziołek Matołek, everyone's favourite goat. You can look them up. I'm not kidding. I like
Says everything.
Matołek, brilliant.
And Wiltshire Down was. We saw that at school. I remember that was played on when they used to bring the video in, and we all sat around watching.
We had as a treat when I was at school.
Absolutely horrific. That scarred me.
The Christmas
generation. It's for
the
adults.
Christmas film at school was Superman.
Was it?
Better.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Right. Let me tell you. Right. At Christmas time, right, they shoved everybody in the activities hall, which is this huge hall, and they in those days there was 16mm film, and somebody, I don't know who, one of the teachers brought in the Wild Geese, and they played the whole of the Wild Geese film by 16mm to the whole school. Do you know how violent that film is? I remember watching it as the second year, watching this film, thinking this film is violent, but I did like it though. It's a great movie. Yeah. The Wild Geese.
Like Fritz the Cat's a cartoon, but it's not.
I think I went to the cinema. I think my brother took me to the cinema to watch that. That was such a great film.
Yeah, it is a good film. You know, it's mostly forgotten though. You know, because you got Roger Moore in it. Man.
Roger Moore and Richard Burton and
what's his name? The other fella,
Harrison Ford. I know that's
Harris.
Richard Harris.
Richard Harrison Ford.
Because don't they get double crossed? They get betrayed, don't they?
Do, yeah, they get stuck in South Africa, don't they? So,
Chaos reference on 111.
It's great though.
It is a good film.
Yeah, I thought so.
Lord.
If you've not seen The Wild Geese, you should watch it.
If you've not seen Bollocky Lollick,
I'll tell you what's a good film. I'll tell you what's a good war boner movie. Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. Who hasn't seen Black Hawk Down? It's a classic.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
imagine being too busy to see Black Hawk Down.
I haven't seen it. I've been too busy.
Nor have I. Haven't seen it.
You're too busy.
What?
There's two types of people in the world:
war movies really don't interest
me. People that have seen Black Hawk Down. Why not?
Even my dad's seen it.
2 hours of hot soldiers running around getting sweaty. What's not to like? Come on. It's got it's like. In fact, it's almost like
war boner.
I
like documentaries about war rather than actual, Hollywood films.
You'd get on with my father. He loves documentaries.
Have you seen World War II in colour?
Yes, yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah,
really.
I love the theme tune to that as well.
Did Dennis Waterman compose it?
Oh, I can be so good for you. I'm going to help you, Poland, but then it'll be too late because Stalin's going to take over. No one still to this day, people don't realise that Poland got invaded by Russia as well. Poor Germans get in the ear.
I remember
on the east side anyway.
Hello, viewers.
The only problem with Poland is stupid people put a country. You know what I mean? Germany on one side, Russia on the other. Fucked. Anyway.
Does anyone remember the cinema when it used to have curtains?
Yeah.
Tupac's back.
And it always had the adverts for the local Indian restaurant.
That's right. Yeah. And does anybody remember the girl with the tray full of chalk ices?
Yeah. And they used to sell stuff like programs and things, and toys.
With a little torch.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't. Speaking of curtains, Tupac Shakur in with a comment about Showgirls. That works on
Showgirls. What movie?
Later. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of curtains,
great song by Killing Joke on that.
For Hoven.
Like a killing movie.
It's got a really good industrial kind of soundtrack.
Why are they called Killing Joke? Because I've got just a side note. I like to discover why bands are called whatever they're called. Killing Joke.
I don't know where they got it from, actually.
Yeah,
it's from the comic
Monty
book.
Python sketch, maybe.
No, it's from the comic book, isn't it? From
Did they do Love?
No, Killing Joke
Like Blood.
Do you
been
know?
around since the 70s. So.
All right, Mega Geek, because as you pointed out, we should sometimes talk about nerdy geek stuff on here. Did you know that Killing Joke has a killing joke at the end that people don't like? It's the title of the graphic novel.
Yes,
It kills him in the end. No one, spoiler alert, But it took Grant Morrison to point it out in an interview. It's so clever that you don't realise that in the end, Batman kills the Joker. It's literally called Killing Joke. He kills him.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
it's a theory.
I still got the original print of that. You know, the one with the green. Yeah, but it's mine's not in good shape.
That. No, good point, Mega Geek. I want to pay attention to that. It's
I like
not explicit.
I like the ending when they're laughing, and then the last shot is the puddle, the water with the rings on it. I thought it was really good way to end.
Incredible graphic. Alan Moore, peak Alan Moore there. Forget your Watchmen, Killing Joke.
And also, I thought it was a really great origin for the Joker, because all this time we never knew his origin. We didn't know his backstory.
Joker.
And that backstory seemed to work with me. You know, he was a failed comic. He had a wife that was pregnant and she died in childbirth. Both of them. That's enough to make anyone go crazy.
Yeah, all us aspiring comics are potential Jokers. Well, speaking for myself.
Yeah, I thought it was a really story personally, and what he did to Barbara Gordon was horrific.
And they made that canon, didn't they? Because he crippled her basically. But
but still,
she was Batgirl, wasn't she?
She was, but she gave up when
she lost her knees.
The new Batgirl.
No, I don't.
Way back on
115. Talk about that rubbish. Let's face it. Rubbish.
I know.
Dismissed, swatted away by the Mega Geek. Bam! No.
What's the point of talking about? Let other live stream people talk about it and make money on it, but it's not even worth our time.
Mr. Brown put in his place at 1 hour 15 45 seconds.
Linking it together, who just did a half-hour special on Batgirl, Batwoman? It was Az.
He did too. In fact, he did too. I'm really grateful to him, because I don't have to watch it. I listen to what he says and I think, wow, that show's really awful. It's not even worth even my time. Thank God for saving my time. Yeah,
that's like me with Star Trek.
Yeah, Discovery. I didn't even bother watching it.
Exactly.
I bailed.
Me too. Neither.
3.
I've had people around me going, "It's really good, much better than season 2." I'm like,
Keith.
No, it ain't. Yeah, Keith, it ain't worth
Bless
watching.
him.
But he's entitled to his opinions. Good luck. If he enjoys it, that's good for him, isn't it?
It is.
I just want to know where you can go find those drugs.
Speaking of which, problem. If you just lit up a snout, I'm just guessing.
No, I'm just about to make another rollie.
Okay, I can tell. I know our minds are thinking. I could tell.
You smell it from here.
We've not heard many kitchen noises today.
We did. No, don't get him started, for God's sake. He's going to go back in the kitchen now and start banging the car.
Well, you know why?
He's going to go all Stockhausen on us with his.
You know why? My lovely ex-wife made me a coffee, so I didn't need to go back in.
Oh,
hear this.
That's nice
coffee
of her.
Made voluntarily by my.
She's a keeper. Oops.
She is. Well, she's a loser keeper. Best divorce ever. Anyone else going through a divorce out there? Keep it friendly. That's mine. That's the whole point of divorce. There's nothing to argue about. Stay friendly. Only the lawyers win. The only people I know, we didn't have any lawyers. We just agreed. You're dumped. See you later. All right.
Yeah.
I've virtually moved back in.
You're the only one who's been married.
You 4, 3 out of us. How many of us here? I can't count this high. Is no one else here been married at all? Bloody.
I've not been married.
I'll tell you a top tip though. Top tip: when you get ready for that special moment in your life and you're going to propose to someone, right? Just go, "Hello, will you be my first wife or husband?" Postmodern proposal. Obviously, it didn't work for me, but there you go.
Will you be my first wife? And if you can keep your own bank account and I keep my own, then it's all good.
Prenup.
Well, that's what you have to say these days. Let's face it.
None of us have got any money, so it's not an option with us.
Gone are the days when you trust that person you're getting married to, and you expect you're going to be with them for the rest of your life. But life's not like that, is it? So anything can happen.
No,
you got to protect yourself.
Buy a red car, have a midlife crisis, and apparently asking for a friend. Anyway, lovely coffee. Moving on. So was it Batman? What? So I'm actually within slapping range, and if she's listening to this, if she's one of the 2,000, if you get a check coming up going, I'm going to slap you, Cockney, that could be my. No, I shouldn't say that because she is clearly very nice to me. Can you hear that coffee? That's a coffee, no ground glass or nothing.
Well, we've doubled our audience now up to 4,000.
Yeah, we've got 4,000 now.
Or is that 40,000 maybe?
I think that's 4,000.
Chat incoming from the ex-wife, slipped under the door. Who the fuck is Sarvik? Anyway, moving swiftly along.
No idea.
Good.
Yeah.
Me neither. Met her at a convention. Barely know the girl. Anyway, moving swiftly along.
It's the German Star Trek female expert.
Everyone needs a favorite German.
So let's just change the subject slightly. So
Please.
Please, lead in. You, floor is
I'm
yours.
just saying, you know, what's out of all the stuff that you've watched, out of all the pop culture stuff, what is the one you cannot do without?
Kajoak Matoic.
What?
Everyone's favourite Go. Look, don't knock it till you've tried it, mate. It's
Oh,
everyone's favourite
that's
Go.
no. Okay,
There's a graphic
all
novel as well. I'm going to look it up after the show, send you all a tweet so you know I'm not making it up.
right. Okay.
Kajoak
fair,
Matoic's for real.
fair enough. What
It's
about you?
all over
Rob?
the flower pot men, mate.
What about Problem? What about you?
What?
Do you like Kajoak Matoic?
What's the question again?
Question
Who's your
is,
favourite Go?
out of all the pop culture stuff in the entire world, what is the one you can't do without, whether it be a TV show or anything?
Well, what apart from Doctor Who?
No. It could be Doctor Who. We're just asking.
Twitter.
Well, I think it has to be Doctor Who. Yeah,
Doctor Who for you. Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, you know, there's Blake Seven, there's Expanse. You know, that's
Apparently that's turned woke.
I was gonna say
yeah.
that.
I mean, I had noticed like the last few episodes have dragged, and it's just been like up and down the same thing.
There you go, boys.
They're all in drag.
and they've cut out the main character. Like from you know, he's
Good call,
barely
Swapshop,
even
agree.
in the scene. You know,
All
not good. That's not good.
Battlestar Galactica.
That was great. I
Battlestar
love
Galactica.
that was good.
Is
Yeah.
reboot is so good. I actually rebought the Blu-ray because I think I might have a disc missing. Well, that's what they say. So good enough to purchase twice. That's how good it is. You know it's good when you buy the Blu-ray
78
twice.
version's fantastic as well.
Oh, look at what Tupac says there. You guys are the most sophisticated, genuine group on a stream, in my opinion, of all YouTube. You suck.
Not just an opinion, but a
Thank
fact.
you.
That's a fact. Solid fact.
Tupac is American, and he said
Don't hold
that
that
there's a hole in the market on a Friday for the UK.
Ah.
He's noticed. So
Oh, well, there you are. You cornered it.
Nobody wants to
Corner
go
that
up against the Friday Night Tights, though.
Now we're going to go before them.
I
We're
know
like
you
lovers.
said that. I know
Yeah,
you
let's
said
repeat on 121.45 for those that weren't listening in the audience. We're not going up against them. We're the proto.
warming
Norday Night Tights.
Well,
By the
if you
time
are
we're
going to
done-
do something before, then make sure it's original. Don't just have a UK version of Friday Night Tights because you're just going to copy. You're just copying them. It's pointless.
Do you hear that, Charlie Cthulhu? You got it. Let's be original.
Just be original. Just do something that's original. You know, that's what I reckon.
Original.
Yeah.
I could be so good for you. I want to help you.
And in fact, let's just have a whole episode with just Cockney singing that theme to Minder. You know,
Well,
that'll
actually,
do it.
and we don't want
Cockney
just the same
does
tune.
Dennis Waterman.
But the thing is, Swap Shop got me thinking. I don't want to be 2 years down the road doing the same old song all the time. So I have actually got another song. Did you know that the Teletubbies was going to get covered by David Bowie? Tinky Winky, Dipsy, la la.
Winky, Winky.
Yeah. See, you've heard it. You see, Teletubbies. Say,
Teletubbies.
Is there life on Tinky?
So, Cockney. So,
yeah.
so going back to Ian's question, what do you like then, other than the goat?
It's difficult to. I guess Blade Runner. My brain's going Blade Runner.
Yeah,
if I had
Blade
to pick
Runner.
one.
Yeah.
Blade Runner Final Cut specifically, because as the connoisseurs know, depends which version. Blade Runner Final Cut. Simple answer, but plenty more. If you name one, you could name 20. There's probably 20. I think the cut-off point is after about 20 or
Dead Street.
25.
That was quality.
I mean, The Expanse at the moment. Expanse seasons 1 to 3. I've got season 4 in the mail, but I can say solid. One except it ends on a cliffhanger, but seasons 1 to 3, solid gold and very comparable to a good kind of non-sequel to Battlestar Galactica.
Season 4 was a bit woke. Now season 5, the second half of the season's gone quite woke. It's a bit sad. Well,
I started watching For All Mankind, and then Lee just warned me off it, so I've stopped.
bait and switch. That shows a classic example of bait and switch.
That's Ron Moore as well, isn't it?
Well, you know, there's a clanger for him. You know, come on, even David Bowie released a bad album, so
yeah, everyone drops a clanger.
Yeah.
We all do
it
it.
happens.
So, Ian, what what floats your boat then? Obviously it's Who, but anything else?
I'm a huge fan of Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
I love Red
seasons
Dwarf.
1 to
Yeah,
seasons
same here,
1
mate,
to
same
5.
here.
Seasons 1 to 5 for me.
Yeah, I literally stopped watching it when they did that whole show when they got back on Red Dwarf and all the people had returned because the Nanos recreated them. I really hated those seasons. It was just a waste of time. I came off that. I like it when there's the 3 of them, or sometimes with Kachansky, I guess. Sometimes it was okay, but I liked it was
Claire
just the 3 of them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Claire Grogan was the original.
And which Holly is your favourite Holly?
Both.
Well, yes, I got to admit, both of them. But the girl was there most of the time, and
Was
to
it
this day,
Hattie Hayridge?
They're dead, Dave. They're dead.
Yeah,
they're
but
dead, Dave.
Yeah,
I've got a trivia fact.
But to this day, I don't
Dave.
understand, and I can't remember
I've
why
seen her.
it went from him to her, and how it went back from her to him.
It was something to do with where it was being shot. I don't think Norman. Is it Norman
No,
Lovett?
in the show. Why
He
did it
wa-
go from him
In canon.
and then suddenly
Because-
it was her?
Because
And
I think he moved to Scotland, or there was a documentary
No,
on a
in the
few.
show. How did they explain it in the show? Why did it go from a guy, then suddenly it was a girl with blonde
In
hair?
canon. Yeah.
In the actual show itself, does anybody know? Because I could
I
never.
can't remember. It's
negative.
well,
No, I just acknowledge the wisdom of your question, but no, I
I've
do
seen
it.
her
was
in
it
real life.
an alternative one, and then she came?
I don't
over?
know. I don't know
I can't
because I
remember.
remember there was an episode where they found the
It's been a long
watch
time.
on the ground, and then they looked at it, and it was him on it. He says, "I'm back, kicking bum," and everybody started cheering. And
Yeah.
But I don't understand how he was in a watch and why he was on the ground, and maybe I missed something.
Was it
Reason.
an iWatch?
Huh?
Was it
Sorry?
an Apple
What?
Watch?
I don't know what it was. It was just a watch
Oh,
on the ground, and he
watch.
picked it up, and he was back, and he's like, "I'm back." I'm like, "Well, where did you go in the first place?"
I watch,
know.
you watch, we all watch.
There you go. The Clangers says Demon Scythes. And
And the Three Stooges says Tupac.
But they had some amazing episodes in Red Dwarf. Really, I mean,
They did.
Inquisitor is one of my favorite ones. Very,
Yes.
very clever.
The Curry Monster one
Really
as well. That's great.
Good, solid sci-fi ideas
Yeah.
in the context of a comedy show.
And also
So,
within low
double,
budget
basically.
as well. I mean, you can tell they
Triple.
had no budget to make the Inquisitor, and they just did their best with what they had.
It's the opposite of
Backwards
The
is
Last
brilliant
Jedi,
as well.
It
The
And
is.
Last
so
Jedi, no comedy, no science fiction.
I love the
ideas, massive
sentient
budget.
toaster.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, they are getting old, and what's his
It
name?
was very. It was quite Hitchhiker-esque, isn't it? You got
Yes.
that kind of intelligent humor to it, and you know, you've got the slob and the cynic who's got like no friends, and you've got crazy evolved
Crichton.
cat Crichton,
Yeah.
who's just like
He's like
you know,
Spock, I guess.
fighting
of-
himself, really.
yeah. Yeah, and it's as I said, it's a really wonderfully thought out
Here you go, boys.
TV show with very little money. So, and they had to use their imagination when they were making that show, and and they were really good. The show was really good in my
Do you like
opinion.
the new stuff they've done?
I do, but not if you know what I mean. It's
Not as
you,
much.
need, you need Rob Naylor and
yeah, you do. You need both of them.
yeah, both of them together.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's like when it's
There
like
you go,
before Blackadder had what's his face come on the writing team.
Ben
Thing.
Elton.
What was it? Ben Elton. Yeah, I mean, two different shows, really.
Yeah.
You need
The
that.
same,
You
or
need that magic.
Father Ted. You need the two of them. Where Thingy and what's his face, but when Thingy did Black Box, it wasn't quite as good as Father.
I
Ted.
love
Well,
Black
But
Box.
Black Box is good. All right, bad example actually. Then. But the two of them together for me, actually, a bad example was Black Box is really, really good. But
I love
Father
Black
Ted
Box.
is one of the best comedies.
Here you go,
ever,
Lee. On a
In my
message.
opinion.
The toaster needs to be a man. Yes, yes.
Spin off. He should
Yes.
get together with a toaster from WandaVision.
Sexy time toasted.
And then they should be on Battlestar Galactica. It's like
The last
he's
one
a
they
toaster.
did.
You can't say that. No, he's literally a toaster.
Yeah, the last
last
one was
one
all right, but it
all
had
right.
it kept
Probably
doing the
did.
same cat flap gag,
Yeah.
and it was just
Yeah.
like, oh, not that.
Yeah, there were bits in there that was didn't work, but it's good to see them back. You know, even though Craig Charles looks really, he needs to. No disrespect, Craig Charles, but you need to lose a bit of weight. You know,
Ooh.
I mean,
But he's
really
eating a lot of
looks-
curries, right?
None
Yeah,
taken.
he
He
really
needs to
looks
get. He needs to
like-
get back on the cocaine diet.
You know when it first,
Oh,
you know when it first started, they kept saying you fat little
litigation at
human.
129.
And he was never fat when he first started, but now he is. So
It's
do you know
called,
what I
it's
mean?
called middle-aged spread, mate. You know.
I know, but still, I still think that. And also, how could Crichton gain weight? He's a robot. Do you know what I mean? So,
He's
he's
really
gained
looking
weight,
old
so-
onto that.
We
Yeah.
all get a bit of a pucker at middle age, except me, of course, Ms. Hurley. I'm in perfectly peak physical condition, of course.
I think they should have at least addressed that. With
Yes.
how can a robot gain weight? I mean, that would have been funny. That was a joke waiting to happen.
Yeah, but who still looks the same? The cat.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yes, still looks the same.
Black don't crack.
Exactly. He hasn't even gained any weight either. He's still quite thin and scrawny, and he's still funny as well. The
He's
guy's
great.
still funny.
Yeah,
He
so
was in
great.
Blade 2, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
Was
A
he?
great film, Blade 2.
He was a dancer, wasn't he, as well? He was in
I was going to say, was he?
musical movies. I can't remember what they were now, but I remember something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
in
like
the
it.
American version, they made the cat a woman. It
They
didn't
did.
work.
Catwoman.
Well, the whole thing didn't work, so they
No,
it
it
didn't even go past the pilot, did it? So
There were some
Question
good bits
for
in there, but it was mostly abysmal.
But they
and they
chose to
did,
coach,
they
I
did
think,
the
was it
same
one
thing
or
with
two
the
of the
IT
original
crowd
cast?
as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
With Red Dwarf, the American version, they kept the guy playing Crichton in the American version. In the IT crowd, they
Yes.
kept the guy played Moss in the
Richard,
American version.
Iowedding.
Was there an American version of the IT crowd?
Yes,
Yeah.
there was.
Oh, mind blown at 1:30. I had no clue.
And
Really?
I
yeah,
actually went to see
Ralph
the filming.
Ayoade in it, Ralph.
Ralph, yeah, and I went to see the
The
final.
future Doctor Who.
I went to see
Ralph.
the final. No, and I went to see the final
Yes.
recording
Yes.
of the IT crowd. I went to see the.
Oh wow!
final
Surprised you
special.
weren't in it,
And
problem.
It was really stressful because we
Did it shut
queued
down?
up for hours, right? It was first come first, and we were literally stopped. Like me and my friend were stopped right at the edge of the
My
stage
friend
and
and I-
told
no,
to
you
wait
weren't there.
because there were no more seats,
And you
so
killed
there were
two
just
people and went in.
and there were only two more spaces available. So me and my friend just got in. Literally, there's just 2 seats available. We were so lucky, so lucky.
It was a great
They saw
episode.
your hair.
last one, though.
It was
It was
funny.
a really great episode.
Really
And,
fun. We got all the characters sort of,
Yeah,
you know.
but again, you could see. I can't remember the Irish guy's name. He'd put on a bit of weight, and and at least they got.
Dermot?
You've got a thing about people putting weight
No, I'm
on.
just saying, because time has gone by.
Fat
It was
shamer.
great that they got him back because he's really big in America. So and he started a lot
See
of
sizes
American.
Literally.
again.
Literally
Don't worry
big.
about how big he is. Yeah, exactly.
I also, who's the guy that was in the cupboard? The goth
Noel
guy.
Fielding.
Yeah,
Phil
was in the last
Schofield.
episode as well. Yeah, he was in the last episode as
Yeah,
well.
he was
So I
in it.
might-
Yeah,
Philip
yeah.
Schofield was in the cupboard.
No, that was.
Oh, that was the
that's
broom
a-
cupboard.
That was
No, that's
broom
a
cupboard.
closet.
That's a closet, darling.
What did
Rolling
you
that
think
one in
when he
forever.
came out? though?
Uh,
What did you think when he came out? And
Like,
said,
oh,
you know,
tell
Schofield.
us something we don't know.
yeah. Well, there was a rumor, wasn't it? It was just a rumor.
I think he
you
was
know.
about to get outed, so he decided to do it first.
He was married, wasn't he? He was married.
Yeah.
He's got kids, wasn't he?
So was Elton John.
Exactly.
has anybody seen Rocket Man?
I have.
No.
What, the
I went to
leader
see-
of North
I went to see
Did you
Korea?
Mum
like
up.
it? Did you like it? I did.
It was
I
all
like
right.
his nuclear weapons.
It was all right. It kind of worked. Even though Elton John sang nothing in that film, it was the guy that was playing him. He sang all the tunes,
Yeah,
which I found
Tom
really odd.
Egerton.
Yeah, I found really odd because he didn't sound anything like him. But there you go. Yeah.
He's a good
It was
actor,
all right.
though.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Yeah.
He's
The only thing I would like to have seen in the It crowd was like if somehow they managed to resurrect the original boss.
Oh yes,
with,
the one that jumps out the window.
Yeah, because I love
Yeah.
Chris Morris. I think
Here you go,
Chris
boys.
Morris is
Here you go.
fantastic.
Chris Morris is a genius.
Absolute genius. Like Blue Jam.
the day today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jam for me was my favorite. It was like the most darkest comedy sketch show ever created. It's
you know
one of
what,
the
right?
funniest things I've ever seen in my
The
life.
funniest
also-
episode of the If crowd I ever saw was when
It says the
boss-
gay musical.
boss
Gay the
took
musical.
over, fell in love with that reporter, and found that she was she was a man. Do you remember that episode? And they had that big fight at the end where they were both fighting. They were smashing through places and stuff. Do you remember that episode? Problem?
No, I remember the one with the cannibal.
Oh, that was funny too.
That
They're
was
all funny. They're all
What
funny.
about the Star Trek episode where Toast of London's in it, Matt Berry, and he's made his own soft porn Star Trek, which inspired me to exist. No one remember that one?
I
Oh,
don't
and the
remember.
Doctor, not a, and the two, Sulu, and they were slapping each other. Female Dr. McCoy.
Here you go,
female
boys.
Spock, having a
Oh,
girl
I
fight.
remember
Look
that
it up.
one. That was when he was
Brilliant,
in
wasn't
court.
That's
That was
the
when
one.
he was in court. Yeah, that
He
was
in court 'cause
hilarious.
He got caught. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Chat message. Wouldn't a Galaxy Quest TV show be great? Well, we've got it. It's called The
The
Orville.
Orville.
Yeah, that's
I was
what
going
it
to
is.
say it's just called Discovery.
Duh.
I quite like the idea of like like the premise of the film, like a TV,
Galaxy Quest
a
was
TV
Next
crew,
generation.
TV actors being in this show and then
Such
being
a
called
great
back
film.
to do actual alien battles and stuff.
such
Yeah,
a great film is Galaxy
It
Quest.
was fantastic.
Spontaneous idea. We should actually get together and make a parody comedy Doctor Who film. Once you've done your serious one, Mega Geek, we should do like apply Galaxy Quest stylings to Doctor Who. But again, it's already been done by Jodie Whittaker, hasn't it?
Wah, 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 wah.
Sorry, I wasn't going there. That came to me halfway through the sentence.
It's a parody that
Spontaneous
isn't
punchline
funny.
for me. It's
There
a
was a-
self-parody, isn't it?
Yes, as I said, it could have been so much better if they didn't have all that woke stuff in it. Could have worked. Who knows? But
I'm curious about The Expanse to see if it has gone super woke and whether it does
everybody
ruin
says
it.
it has. Everyone's
Yeah.
been saying it has.
I'll reserve judgment till I've seen it. Still waiting
Yeah.
for 4.
But, I mean, it's still got the characters that I like and that I have already developed. Like a feeling
that Amos.
for like I want
Yeah.
them to survive.
Yeah.
Following. On that score, it doesn't matter so much. It's not so jarring, but it's the fact that the main guy character, the white male character, has been sort of excised from his own story. He's been trying to find I can't
Like
remember his name
Blake.
now. Yeah, but he's been on the search to find the female
Amon's
character,
father.
and it's been like 3 episodes, and it's done nothing. It's just like, God damn, just stop.
Apparently,
one episode to
it is
go.
true to the book. Apparently, the book goes a bit
Ah,
slow
thank-
in the middle.
Yeah, but Gary from
Apparently-
Nerdrotic says that
apparently.
that's like one chapter, but it's been spread over 3 episodes. and it shouldn't,
maybe they've just run out of ideas.
But no, he said like the
Are we
best
talking
bit
about
is
Amos?
something that has been either edited out, which is like the best part of that.
Not
book,
that I've
apparently,
seen it.
or it's going to be probably included in the next season. But the thing is, they have to wrap it up by the next season.
He
because-
said that it's just to champion the girl.
yeah, that's what it feels like.
In a
you know.
novel. It's not.
But
Have you
she's been
seen
doing
them
the
all,
same
Ian?
thing in 2 episodes.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any of. I saw. Look, I'm not.
He's been
a fan
too
of
busy
The
not
Expanse.
watching Black Hawk Down.
No. I saw 2 episodes of The Expanse, and I just couldn't get into it, and I just didn't watch it. There's some shows I don't get into, and that
No,
was
to
one.
be
of
fair,
I was
to
like
be
that the
fair,
first
that does
time I
come
wa-
up a lot.
I was like
Slow
that the first time I watched it, and I forced
Friends
myself
or so.
to watch the first
Yeah,
You've
I was
gotta
just
watch
series.
the
And
whole-
the first time I
Yeah.
couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
The second time I really did because I challenged myself to do it.
Maybe I
because
should
Yep.
try it again.
It is worth it.
really
It
is.
is.
Ian, I
Good
tried
science
it
fiction.
again. I tried
It's
it
good
again.
science fiction.
To be fair,
Keep trying. It's a
But
slow
the-
burn.
the guy that plays-
it gets
The guy
you.
that plays Magnum, he got killed, didn't he? And I think it was in the 2nd episode.
Tom
You know, the
Selleck.
guy that took over Magnum.
I didn't see Tom Selleck.
You know,
in it.
no, not Tom
Yeah.
Selleck. The remake of Magnum.
The
He
ice
played
cream.
Magnum.
Never
Not
watched
seen it.
He's
You've not seen the
okay.
ice cream.
All right.
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so that's another woke show that's been turned. So they remade Magnum, and they turned Higgins into a woman, and Magnum is
God.
Hispanic. He's Hispanic now, and
Don't
obviously,
panic.
you know what I mean. So it's this is where it's going. So
Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Equalizer is
Shut
not the
down.
equalizer
I will
without
blow
eh,
your head. off.
woo woo woo
Woo,
or
woo, woo.
Woo woo.
or the theme tunes. Gotta have the fucking equalizer theme tune, and
I
that's
can
something the film
equalise
didn't
for
have.
you.
Talking
I
about
wanna help
theme
ya.
tunes.
I want a
Yeah.
Talking about
euthanasia.
theme tunes, the worst thing they ever did with a remake of a remake, which was Magnificent Seven, the remake, which had
Of-
what's
Seven
his name?
Samurai.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't even have the theme to Magnificent Seven in
Good
that film.
God.
I
Dun,
could
dun,
not believe it.
dun.
Yeah, such a famous theme, and they didn't have it.
I hate it when they do that.
Yeah,
Hated
and also,
it.
what is it? What is it? Men from Uncle. Men from Uncle. When they remade Men from Uncle, they never had the famous Jerry Goldsmith theme. in
Well,
that
when
either.
they-
The film.
When they did the
film,
Henry
yeah.
Cavill
Did you like the
Superman,
film? Did you
No.
like the film?
No, I thought it was waste. It was a huge
Ah.
waste of my time.
I want
really
to
was.
hear.
Out
I
after
want
the
to hear the John Williams theme tune to Superman when I see Superman on film. I don't care if it's not Christopher Reeve. I want the fucking theme song.
I was listening to the theme tune for Superman. It's track 2. I think it's the flight to Krypton.
Yeah, the beginning.
Yeah, the first couple of seconds of that, I think, is the best thing John Williams has ever done. That
Yeah.
I'm getting
speci-
tingles just from you
yeah.
mentioning it.
Yeah, it's
track
I'm
2
getting
of the album,
tingles.
Flight to Krypton or whatever it is. I know it's called Krypton, but I listened
it's
to that.
soul shifting.
So fucking
it's-
good.
Let's compare the Man of Steel to the 1978 version of Superman, right? The thing I hate about Man of Steel is the flying sequences. You cannot see anything. He flies so fast that you just don't see anything. You see water rising. You see, he's
Snow
just flying
vibrating.
When you watch the 1978 version, you can appreciate the flying sequence. You look at it and you think it's guy's
and you
flying.
believe a man can fly.
Can fly. Yeah.
You do.
Nice problem.
And it's not like a CGI thing either. It's a man on invisible string. It's only until Superman 4 that you notice the string. Right?
Do you know what?
Ooh.
There's a scene in Superman the movie, right, where he gets the villain that was climbing on the building and he lands with him and he presents him to the policeman and then he says to the policeman, take him away. And when he takes off, that's all physical. That was him on the wires. They dragged him up and he did it so well. It really did look like that man just jumped in the air and flew.
He trained so much. I remember watching a documentary on that, the flying sequence and how hard he had to do it. And it was really obviously very uncomfortable. But like, I think the one where he first, Clark Kent, Clark Kent becomes Superman. You see him flying out through the Fortress of Solitude.
He has a funny
I
run.
think that was in one take.
That was one take.
Absolutely went and he got it. Just it was
when
like,
you look at
it. The technical thing that went into that. That was the first time they'd ever done that.
When you look at Henry Cavill, it's all CGI. He leaps and it's CGI man flying in the sky. But Christopher Reeves did it for real. He flew from that pedestal in Fortress of Solitude and he flew right past the camera.
Yeah.
And everybody on set was cheering when he did that.
Yeah.
And then everyone in the cinema cheered as well. So there you go. There's a lot to say about physical stuff that you actually see in movies.
Practical effects.
Yeah,
can't beat.
Oh, yeah. Two-pack with a question. Did any of you see Aliens in the theatre? Yeah, that goes back to what's the first thing you saw? Back when I'd already left Poland to go to England, I went back to Poland back in '79.
Yeah,
my brother took me to the cinema at 9 years old to see Alien.
Alien's
my mind. Cheers, bro.
And again, great practical effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was watching a reaction
as
video to
fuck.
someone on YouTube today, actually, who watched Alien for the first time. I love reaction videos.
Well, the Alien is a reaction video. The actors didn't know. They shit their pants.
That's
What
true.
the fuck's
He
going
was
on?
watching, the scene where you
Veronica
see like
Cartwright
underneath the Nostromo, and he's going, because he's obviously like someone in his 20s or something. He's like, is that a model or is that like early CGI? No,
that was a huge model. It was like huge. That one had it on a big pole, and when it was landing,
his name was big.
there was
I
no
hold up ship for you.
I am Big Pole.
It was all done Space 1999 effects.
Was Brian Johnson involved?
Yeah,
with that?
Brian Johnson was the supervisor on Alien. Yeah.
I never got to see Alien or Aliens in the cinema.
I did. Alien super.
I think I saw Alien 3 in the cinema.
Put her down, you bitch.
I did.
I didn't mind that film. I can see all the flaws with it, absolutely, but I don't think it's nearly as bad as it's made out to be. I mean, it's not great.
When you watch Aliens and you see that ship flying when it enters the atmosphere, you can tell it's a model. And it does but the thing is, you appreciate it because it is a model. But then when you watch the first Alien, because the ship wasn't flying around like a plane and it was landing and it was a huge thing and it was landing stuff, that it looked more realistic because of what the thing was doing. Do you know what I mean? So that's why the aliens effects in Alien work so much better than the effects in Aliens, if you know what I mean. So
any of the sequels, even they got less, not worse, but less excellent. I think did. Yeah.
When you have less money, you have to figure it out. And as I said, they didn't have remote control camera when they were doing Alien. They had to do it the old-fashioned way. So, you know, when you look at it, it really does work for the realistic tone that Alien had. So, you know, it really does work really well, in my opinion.
It's a great
Tupac,
Tupac saying mega nerd, i.e. mega geek.
Mega nerd.
For his
Is he?
next project, should do an
Mega
actual
nerd.
scary
Is he
version
coming
of
on
the
later?
Xenomorphs in the suburbs. It would freak
Yeah, that would be
every human
excellent,
being out.
wouldn't it? That would be really
But that's
cool.
what I've always been waiting for. I thought
Mega nerd.
after Alien Resurrection, right? I thought
Yeah.
we were going to get. It was heading towards Alien Invasion of Earth, or I really thought that was. I mean, it writes
Alien
itself.
v Predator, mate.
No, I know that's what we
my
got.
God.
That's just oh.
Sorry for the interruption.
I
I
mean-
brought lunch, chicken, carrots, potatoes.
You know
Best
what?
divorce ever. Sorry.
The problem being,
Continue.
right? You know what? They could have easily
Mm.
done.
Oh, this is
You know, you
fine.
remember the invasion of the body snatchers,
Mute.
right? They could have done that with Alien if they want, like, say, for instance, like the alien ship accidentally landed in a small town. Do you know what I mean? They could have easily done it like that. The you know, the face hugger comes along and does someone in, and then suddenly the alien grows out of that person, and that thing could be stalking the town. I mean, that's such a small story, but it could have a huge impact
Yeah.
as an Alien
Well,
film.
Once you've done your Doctor Who fan film,
Oh,
there's
God,
your
yeah.
pitch, mate.
I'm not doing any more fan films.
There's
if I
your
do the Doctor
pitch.
Who one. No, that's
Pitch
where I'm
it to Disney. Disney.
Oh, yeah, as if the Disney's
Not
going to
Disney, you won't get paid.
Do you know what I mean?
Don't
Yeah.
work,
So
don't work for Disney.
what is the,
Alan Dean Foster.
since Demon Size, since I saw Alien on TV when I was 9, then I slept in a tent in the garden, shat myself. What was the panel's first
Shut
sort of
yourself.
films that made you cack yourself basically?
Yeah, Alien at 9. Same.
No, it wasn't Alien. It was Exorcist for me. I saw The Exorcist when I was 15, and it scared the crap out of me. Totally.
see that.
I know
think
mine.
was
I know mine.
John Carpenter's
What's yours?
Fog. And the worst thing
Joe
about that
McCullough.
film was it was set on the 21st of April, which is my birthday, so it's even doubly creepier.
You're not
was
getting a
scary.
present.
Maybe. Well, you might get a present in the future.
Is there an age group, or can we just say any film at any age?
Right,
Well, the first one that really made me.
scared you, yeah.
I remember it was an old black and white film that was on TV. I think it's from the 50s with this giant spider that was rampaging through America.
Was that They Came or something?
I don't know, but I
must
must have been about 5 or 6, and I fucking shat myself. I was hiding behind the sofa, and I always remember that.
This Island Earth. As a kid.
Thing's a great
Yeah.
film as
Yeah,
well.
that was freaky. Yeah, The Thing.
Oh, I remember watching the thing because I was tucking into a nice sausage
So-
dinner just as that dog's head split into 4. In fact, now we're talking about it just as I'm tucking into my chicken. Oh, it's happening again. I can't believe it.
Rob Boatine,
Chicken.
years ahead of the curve.
Rob, you know what, right? When I was in secondary school,
Amazing.
VHS was just coming out, and my family was the first one to have a Betamax and a VHS, and the school, and we used to have a video club, and I used to bring them in because the school had a VHS, and the first film we showed was The Thing. It was a bootleg copy of The Thing. It was a really good copy, and there was this Nigerian kid called Tony Nwazu, and he heard of The Thing, and he so wanted to see it, and he couldn't speak much English. He sat in the front row with
Oh,
the TV that was showing it. We played it. The first time an Alien came out, he screamed and ran out the room. Literally screamed and ran out.
Imagine Tony Nwazu, if you're out there now, imagine if he just tuned in at that moment. He went, "Bloody hell, I just got over it."
and it bombed, didn't it? It bombed.
Yeah, because of ET. It
Because of
didn't make
82.
it.
Don't release a
Yeah,
film in
82.
82, basically. Same with
Yeah.
Blade Runner, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, the
82,
80s
too many
had
good,
so many
too many good
classic
films.
movies.
Too many
So
good
many.
films, especially
Yeah.
82.
I did like Starman though. I like Carpenter's
Yeah, that's a
Starman.
great film.
That was
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, it's
Because that
quite
had
good.
Karen Allen in. Is that right?
Oh, I
She
love
was a female
Karen
lead?
Allen.
I love Karen Allen.
She even looks good now, Karen Allen.
Yeah,
she's
she was
so
pretty good
nice.
in the last indie. I think the last indie
Yeah.
film was actually better than Temple of Doomcock. That's just me. though.
Ah, no, I like Temple of Doom. I love Temple of Doom. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorite ones.
I can't
Temple of
stand
Doom.
it. But there you go. Opinion.
Dark as fuck.
Mm.
I don't know what it was about. I don't even know. I haven't even worked out what. Kate
It wouldn't
Capshaw.
get made now.
Well, first of all, Kathleen Kennedy's in it, so that's not good, is it?
No, she did all of
the
them. She did all of them, mate.
No, but she was in it. She was one of the showgirls.
Oh, was she?
She
Oh,
didn't just
okay.
make the coffee on that one. She's actually in it, ruining it on screen.
Oh, was she actually in it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, have a look. Anything goes, including Kathleen Kennedy.
Do you know what? The reason why it's one of my favorites because it has so many great bits in it. The bit in the beginning when he was trying to get the diamond and the poison, I thought was absolutely brilliant. The bugs in the when they get trapped in that thing. That was the edge of my seat. You know, I loved it.
Do you know what? That's what it is. It's one of those few films that's, for me at least, just an opinion, less than the sum of its parts. Because I agree, it has some great bits in it. Lump them all together, it's shite. Maybe it's just bad.
No. Look, I think
disagreement on
149.30. I don't know what you think problem being, but it was like it's one of my favorite films. It had so many great bits in it. The mine chase, the what is it? The bugs, the what is it? The bit in the beginning. Anything goes. Do you know what I mean?
I did like Short Round. Short Round.
Would
be so good for you.
I think all of the movies up until.
The last one.
Yeah, the Crystal Skulls were
no, see, I like the last one, apart from the swinging.
I kind of half like it.
I didn't like it at all, personally.
But that's so many good bits in it, though.
Bad form. They should have just stopped at 3.
It had Kate Blanchett in it. She's brilliant in pretty much everything she does. Come on, Kate Blanchett. Shout out for Kate.
Yeah, she's lovely. Yeah, she's a really good
actress.
Yeah, she really
and
is.
it had Rob Thingy Winston in it. I'm the daddy now.
Yeah, but he was a bit puzzling whose side he was on, wasn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah, they didn't actually make it. I thought, oh yeah, make the Brit the turncoat, you fuckers. You're right.
He was playing an American, wasn't he?
Oh, was he? I didn't even.
He was meant to be an American in the film, and his acting was terrible.
Apparently, Kevin Costner was playing an Englishman in Robin Hood. I thought it was some Californian cunt.
Men in tights.
I'm Robin Hood. Fuck off, Costner.
I do like Costner, though. I think he's a really good filmmaker.
Man of Steel, Dad.
I've hated him ever. Imagine if we made a film about George Washington, where he sounded like he's from Sweden. I'm George Washington. I'm the first.
I know, but it was fun. There was two. Remember, there was 2 Robin Hood films that came out that year.
Yeah,
there was Robin Hood,
better one.
And then not Men in Tights.
The one with what's her face from Kill Bill.
That's right. And Prince of Thieves. And Prince of Thieves was really fun. It was a fun movie. The other one was too serious. No, that's why it didn't work. That's why people didn't go and see it, because
Kevin Costner with his accent.
And it had that great theme that was in #1 for 9 weeks or some nonsense like that.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I think was it 17 or 18 weeks.
Yeah,
Bryan Adams, #1.
That was a hard time of my life.
It's a good song.
It was a terrible.
It was
time.
awful.
Because that song was at #1. I think that really cast a shadow over my existence.
I was DJing at the time. I was DJing.
Oh, here we go. I was a DJ.
When I was a student.
That rubbish. Summer of '69 would have been better off in Robin Hood.
We played that all the time.
That maudlin shite.
You know what made me laugh?
The worst Canadian in history.
1169.
They came out of a drain hole, didn't they, in the beginning when they escaped with Morgan Freeman? They came. It's like America. They came out of a drain hole in Robin Prince of Thieves. I thought there wasn't been any drain hole in those days.
Sorry, 1069. Summer of 1069. They should have gone with that. Me and some boys from school started a band of outlaws. We tried real hard.
I thought it was a lot of fun, personally.
And Robin got married. Should have known we'd never got far. Those were the best days of my life. Summer of 1069.
I think he's drinking alcohol, this fella.
No, he's eating carrots. Is it
having the chicken? I've had the carrots.
Chicken and carrots.
See, philosophy. I've saved the best bit till last. The chicken.
You don't deserve an ex-wife.
The 80s had some great movies, though. Let's face it. That's some rubbish ones as well, but that's some great.
I mean, like on a yearly basis, you know. I mean, I think '84 was probably one of the best years of movies.
What came out in '84?
We had Ghostbusters, didn't you?
Yeah, 1984.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah,
Streets of Fire.
Yeah, Streets of Fire. Love Streets of Fire. Great movie.
Underrated because all the fuss about Ghostbusters.
Ironically, 1984 didn't come out in 1984.
Wasn't that the first movie? William Dafoe, one of William Dafoe's first movies, wasn't it? Streets of Fire. It was. Yeah, he played the villain. William Dafoe.
You really are the mega geek. I've got to say, your pop facts are spot on, mega geek. I mean, you too as well, but and me
the mega nerd.
You're the mega nerd geek. The super
I can
nerd.
dream about you. That was the theme to Streets of
Fire. I want to help you.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, when the Gross Point Blank came out, I loved that film. Gross Point Blank. That was an 80s film, wasn't it? Gross Point Blank. With you know the film Gross Point Blank?
I'm thinking there's Gross Point and Gross Point Blank. One from the late
Gross
70s,
Point Blank
one from
is
the early 90s.
with John Cusack, Minnie Driver,
Yeah.
Alan Arkin, and
Turn of the
Dan Aykroyd.
decade.
Could I just ask
Dan Aykroyd.
Demon? Could I just ask Demon Scythe? Could you come up with some films released in 1984, please? Have a look on internet data.
I'm just doing that now. Actually.
Oh,
Funnily enough.
I would.
Mr.
My
Keyboard
computer's
on the
so
bottom
old,
right.
it'll blow up.
Amadeus, that came out. That was a
I
great
like
Amadeus,
that.
Amadeus.
Buckaroo
Buckaroo
Banzai.
Banzai.
Oh,
No
Peter
matter where
Weller.
you go, there you are.
The great Peter Weller.
Cannonball Run 2. I love that film.
Great
It's
film.
so dotty.
Great
Never
film.
saw it.
Great film.
Cotton Club. Let's see what else. Dune.
No, I didn't like that film.
Dreams.
Didn't get it. Didn't get it at
June-
all.
June had Sean Young in it.
Footloose.
so there's that.
Footloose.
Footloose was terrible.
Don't think
Still
I've
haven't
seen
seen
Gremlins.
Footloose. Never
Gremlins.
seen Footloose.
Gremlins. Great
Okay.
film.
Yeah,
Apart from the Midnight Bollocks, as
see what
covered in
else.
stream number 73 or whatever it was.
Karate Kid.
Oh yeah.
Last
bad student, only bad
Starfighter.
teacher.
Last Starfighter was good.
Yeah,
I
Last
like the
Starfighter.
Ultimate
Great.
Starfighter better.
Meatballs
And the
Part 2. Muppets Take Manhattan.
Oh,
Yes.
that was okay.
Kill it-
I like
When
that.
did the Killing Fields? When did
Last
that come out?
Starfighter was excellent.
National Lampoon's Joy of Sex. Nightmare on
What?
Elm Street.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Nightmare. Brilliant.
Once Upon a Time in America.
That was
Oh.
all right.
Night of the Comet.
Who?
Never heard of that one.
Philadelphia Experiment. Passage
Yeah.
to
We
India.
talked about that the other day.
Passage to India.
Yeah.
Police
Did we?
Academy.
Oh,
Purple
Police
Rain.
Rain.
Brilliant.
We loved
Mahoney.
Purple
Police
Rain.
Academy. Great.
I didn't like Purple Rain. It
Red
was all right.
Dawn.
Red
Never
Dawn was
saw it.
crap.
Disappointed.
Cheeky, better,
It was all right. It was all right.
better than the sequel remake.
Star
reboot,
Trek
whatever.
3. Search for Spock.
Love
Splash.
that film.
Do you like that
Right.
film, Ian?
Yeah.
Splash. Oh, Supergirl. My mistake. Starman.
Flash.
Supergirl. God, that was awful.
Our
was lovely,
school took
though.
us to see that. Top Secret.
I thought that was
Oh,
The Terminator.
Top Secret is their
Terminator.
best
This
film.
is Spinal Tap.
Oh,
Amazing.
it goes all the way up to
Avenger,
11.
Toxic Avenger.
11.
There
you go,
Woman
Ninja
in Red.
movies.
There you go. So quite a
Woman
few
in
for
Red
that
I
one
liked.
year. Yeah.
This is
American
like the old.
Ninja,
This is like the old
Lethal
VHS
Ninja,
days, isn't it?
Polish Ninja,
Yeah, I remember
Tex
going to
Ninja.
the video store and hiring the video, and you like
Serbian Ninja,
Oh, here you
Have a
go.
couple
or
of
would have
days
been
later.
Yugoslavian Ninja.
Stakeout. Richard Dreyfuss.
Stakeout. So underrated. Oh,
Yes.
good call, Swap.
Second
one
Swap.
was
So-
rubbish.
and
There you go.
Gregory Hines.
Oh, you better tell
know,
Wikipedia
Show-
Wikipedia that because it's not on there.
Voices from the Dead. Top Secret is gold. I personally think Top Secret is the.
I'm with I'm with
Stakeout was
Rodney
so
Spike.
underrated.
Stakeout was a great movie. It was funny. It was romantic. It was.
here you go.
and it was
Oh,
brilliant.
Romancing the Stone. That's another one.
That's a good film. I like that film.
Deep Throat.
I'm trying to choke on me chicken over here.
Deep Throat.
There you go.
I've only seen that
Tupac.
one. Deep Throat.
And that was enough.
Death
Ali
Wish.
Bronson,
Death Wish.
is that- Who's Ali Bronson?
Oh,
That's
and the
Ron
Never-Ending
Bronson's sister.
Story. There you go.
I only seen that
Never
once as
finished.
well.
That was amazing.
Emmanuel.
Saw that at the cinema. That
Swap
was
shop. Actually, definitely one of the films I saw in the cinema in New York, although it was the wrong part of Manhattan, with my friend Damien. If you're out there, Damien. Devil and Miss Jones Part 3. Fantastic.
But
Devil and Miss
you
Jones.
see my point.
Yeah,
That was
part three.
1 year in the 1980s. All those
Get off
classic
the car.
movies. And you look back on 2019, 2018, name
Oh, here we
me
go.
the classics.
Like a lifetime ago.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I remember this. Picard,
Life Force.
wasn't it?
I
Great
remember
film.
Life Force. That had
Seen
that
that
had some
Very
Picard.
nice.
Yeah, he was in it. He was in it. Played a doctor, didn't he?
Matilda
Yeah, I remember
May.
watching,
Matilda
Trying to
May.
spot all the-
Gee.
trying to spot all
Matilda
the
May what?
nice shots in London. Watching Life Force.
Ooh.
Life Force was a weird film. Very, very weird film.
It was low
80s had
budget, but it was good.
great movies, though. The 80s had some really great movies and some bad ones like Harry and the Hendersons. that was terrible.
Yeah, well,
That was
that was all
terrible.
right in place. It's just the actual Bigfoot looked pretty
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah. It was trying to be
Done it
ET,
slightly
but with a Bigfoot. That's what it was trying to be, basically. So, but yeah, no.
You know what,
That's
guys? I think we're going
2
to
hours.
call it. I think we're going to call it a wrap. Or we'll
Got
be
that
here all
feeling.
night.
call it
Right,
a wrap if you want. A
Yeah,
wrap.
I think.
I like
Have you
quick
fin-
movies and I cannot
Cockney,
lie.
have you
I
finished
have
your
no
dinner?
alibi. Yep, there's nothing here but
kebab
bones and
wrap.
grease.
Right.
Brilliant.
I will say to all the viewers who have stuck with us, and they
Good
have.
on ya.
Two of you.
You crazy people!
No, we had 7,000 at one point, which was quite
Wait.
good.
At one point, I'm all about the consistency. No one leaves here. Don't even leave here.
Yeah, for the viewers at home, like, share, subscribe, and all that.
Tell your mates if you've got any.
Yeah, tell your mates, because we're nothing without you guys in the chat. So,
Well, a little bit of something.
if you kind of
Well,
like this
something.
stuff,
I've got to say, even with no viewers, I still
well,
enjoy myself.
it's-
I exist, therefore
when-
I am.
You know,
when there's a little bit of
broadcasting like
interaction,
sex,
it's
even
great.
more fun if someone's
You know.
watching. What?
I genuinely think we've got we've not got many, but we've got some of the best.
We had
know,
2,000.
7,000.
Let's all
mate.
meet
By
up in the
proxy.
year 2000. We will have 2,000.
I think Lee was about 5,000 of those. So,
Oh, that was some top scran. I'm happy. I'm satisfied on every level. Oh my god!
Right.
On 2 hours, Cockney is happy. A fleeting moment of happiness. Oh, there it goes.
Cockney has just finished his dinner. I think the stream's
Chicken
kind
dinner.
of, so,
What
Ian,
time's that over there, Cockney?
I was a shout out to what's that?
What time's that over there?
It is
2 p.m.,
14:01. Yep.
2 p.m.
Ah,
13 hours ahead. 6
Ian,
months
thank
ahead.
you for taking the time for popping in, mate.
no worries, mate. No worries.
Lee, Problem Bean, cheers, pal.
No wazzers.
Cockney, I hope you
Dziękuję
enjoyed
bardzo.
yourself.
Always, mate, always.
For the folks at home, thank you for tuning in, and we shall see you soon. Cheers.
Do
Bye-bye.
widzenia.
Adios.
Bye.